Chapter 379. At this moment, Lin Rui was aware of his nameless disciple, Zhu Tiantong, and the other two's actions after they entered Tianqiong Mountain. Lin Rui was very satisfied with the performance of Lin Wanyu and the other four when they went to pick up Zhu Tiantong and the other two's group. They hadn't formed a habit of bullying others before, and this was what Lin Rui minded the most. He didn't want others to poke at his back and say that his disciples looked down on others after they became successful in the sect and became powerful. This wasn't the sect that Lin Rui wanted. Of course, Lin Rui didn't want such people to appear. Lin Rui retracted his divine sense with a smile on his face as he sat on the deck chair. He then tidied up his clothes and walked towards the main hall. At this moment, Zhu Chenxi from the formation department was sitting in her seat, thinking about something with a worried expression. Sigh. I've been out for more than 100 years. If grandfather sees me later, will he scold me? Thinking of this, Zhu Chenxi couldn't help but frown. She had a very worried look on her face. Sigh, forget it. Since I'm already here, and I haven't seen grandfather for a long time, I'll just meet him. There are so many things to do in the future, and we don't know when we'll meet again. At this moment, Zhu Chenxi, who was sitting on the futon, stood up and flew towards the main hall of Tianshan Hall. Oh my God, this is simply a work of God. This palace's appearance and level shouldn't be too low. Yes, even our Wanbao sect doesn't have these things. I really didn't expect sect leader Lin to be so powerful and have such strong financial support. It seems that we still underestimated him. At this time, Startling Dawn and the other two, who were led by Lin Wanyu, chatted with each other on the way, leaving Zhu Tiantong hanging. Moreover, listening to the topic of their discussion, it seemed that they had known the leader of Xian's sect for a long time. At this moment, Zhu Tiantong was deeply suspicious of Jing Xiao and Wan Yun duo. You're all wrong. The Xuanzong sect's strongest point isn't financial power, but the entire Tianqiong mountain range. This sentence directly pointed out the crux of Tianqiong's matter. Lin Wanyu and the others had no choice but to take these three seriously. Why do you say that? Is there any hope in this mountain range? Zhu Tiantong's words aroused Jing Zhao's curiosity. Of course, for a formation emperor like him, seeing through this was nothing. But for a layman like Jing Zhao, even if he said it, the other party may not be able to understand. Yes, to put it simply, all the palaces are arranged according to this formation. In other words, the master of the Xuanzong sect built his sect in a huge formation. Moreover, the formation is built with this palace as the formation eye. This formation is so powerful that even I can't break it. Unless I break through to the Grandmaster realm, there's no way I can break it. Boom! When they heard the formation emperor's words, Jing Xiao and Wan Yun duo were completely stunned. There were not many formations like this in the immortal realm. However, there was one here that even the formation emperor couldn't break. At this moment, the Xuanzong sect and Lin Rui rose to another level in their hearts. At this moment, Lin Wanyu and the others, who had been following them, were overjoyed after hearing the whole conversation. They were especially happy when they praised Lin Rui. And along the way, they were amazed again and again. Soon, Lin Wanyu followed Lin Rui's orders and led them to the largest palace in Tianqiong. Everyone, this is where our master lives. It's also the core of our Xuanzong sect, the Tianshan Palace. Then, Lin Wanyu smiled and said again, "My friends, please. My master is waiting for you in the main hall." Then, Lin Wanyu led the way. She didn't know how to and she didn't care whether the others followed or not. She kept walking until she entered a huge palace. Damn, just the door of the palace is enough to intimidate other sects. Looking at the door of the main hall, Jing Xiao couldn't help but exclaim. Wan Yun duo nodded again, showing that she agreed with what he said just now. Grandpa. Yes. The Array Emperor, who had just entered the main hall, suddenly heard someone call him grandfather, and he automatically responded. However, very quickly, his body seemed to be fixed in place and tears overflowed from his eyes. This scene made Jing Xiao and Wan Yunduo, who had walked over to the side, feel their noses sour and they almost burst into tears. "My son, come here, come here. Let Grandpa see you." As soon as he said this, everyone's eyes focused on Zhu Chenxi. At this moment, Zhu Chenxi was crying so hard that she seemed to have difficulty breathing. Looking at her tear-streaked face, although she was usually cold, everyone couldn't help but want to comfort her. "Yes, Grandpa." In an instant, Zhu Chenxi threw herself into the arms of the Formation Emperor and began to cry. They hadn't seen each other for 100 years and they were reunited today. How could this not make people happy? Seeing them reunite, no one stopped them. Even Lin Rei watched this scene quietly from the sect leader's seat. He told everyone not to disturb them. Time passed slowly. After a long time, Zhu Chenxi seemed to have sensed something. She hurriedly got up from the Array Emperor's arms and went to the side. Her face was as red as an apple, making people want to take a bite. "Sect leader, this is my grandpa, Zhu Tiantong, an Array master at the level of the Formation Emperor." When the Array Emperor heard that his granddaughter had introduced him, he had not noticed the sect leader of the Xian sect who was sitting on the main seat ever since he arrived. He immediately raised his head and looked forward. With one look, the Array Emperor was stunned on the spot. He did not move at all, as if he had been struck dumb. His eyes were dull, but they were full of spirit. His mouth was wide open, and he looked very shocked. This scene made everyone feel that it was very funny. How could he be so young? This kid is actually the sect leader of the Xuanzong sect. At this moment, when the Array Emperor saw Lin Li's true appearance, his heart was filled with shock. No, it was more accurate to say that he was amazed and shocked. He had never thought that Lin Li would be able to build up such a huge foundation. He had never thought that the Grandmaster of the Xian sect would be so young. In the entire immortal world, and even among the people he knew, there had never been such an existence. I know. How could I not know the dignified Array Emperor? Lin Rei, who already knew, was not very surprised. Besides, he was about to become an Emperor-level Array Master. Therefore, there was no need to be so polite to him. At this moment, seeing Lin Rei's attitude, a word appeared in everyone's mind: domineering. Usually, when people heard the two words, Formation Emperor, they would go up and curry favor with him. However, everything changed here. "Hello, Formation Emperor. You don't mind if I call you that, do you?" According to his relationship with Zhu Chenxi, it was obviously impossible to call him Grandpa. However, he could not call him by his name. Therefore, he could only call him Formation Emperor by name. I don't mind. Okay, Formation Emperor. I am the founder of the Xuanzong sect. My name is Lin Rei. And your granddaughter is now the head of the Xuanzong sect's formation department. This introduction made the Formation Emperor feel very surprised. At the same time, he was proud of his granddaughter. In his family, she could be said to be a little princess who was adored by tens of thousands of people. Everyone thought that her strength was because she was looking after her grandpa. However, at this moment, she was able to take up a high position in a sect in a completely unfamiliar place. Moreover, she was the head of the formation department. This was enough to prove that she had the strength and did not rely on anyone else. Not necessarily. The Formation Emperor was very pleased. Of course, he agreed that his granddaughter could join such a mysterious sect. Sect leader Lin, it is my granddaughter's fortune to be able to use her and become the head of the Xuanzong sect's formation department. This old man has to thank sect leader Lin for giving my granddaughter this opportunity. The Formation Emperor's words shocked everyone. Even Lin Rei felt uncomfortable. However, Lin Rei soon understood. It seemed that after entering the Xuanzong sect's territory and seeing everything here, the Formation Emperor had changed his original thoughts. That's right. Your granddaughter is a rare talent. I have to thank you, Formation Emperor, for being able to cultivate such an outstanding descendant. At this moment, the two of them were praising each other back and forth, making everyone else in the hall feel very awkward. Sect leader Lin, do you still recognize the two of us? This sudden question directly interrupted Lin Rei and the Formation Emperor's praises. As for Jing Xiao and Wan Yunduo, Lin Rei already knew about them when they came in. How could Brother Jing and Miss Wan not know each other? In any case, we have gone through life and death together. Lin Rei could not forget these two people. Thinking back, he had intended to recruit them for his own use, but was rejected. Compared to Lin Rei, he felt very regretful. Yes. Well, since you have come to my Xuanzong sect, you are all guests. Let's see where you want to stay. You can stay in my residence or with your relatives. Looking at them, Linley didn't have much to say. Thus, it was better to leave early, so that he could find something to talk about and it would be very uncomfortable. Of course at sect leader Lin's place. The children have their own space. I think that as the leaders, they have a lot of important things to do every day. So, sect leader Lin's place is the most suitable. Linley didn't expect that the Formation Emperor would be so weird. However, since the other party had spoken, Linley couldn't refuse. After all, once the words left his mouth, there was no way he could take them back. Okay, let's go. My residence is at the back of the main hall. With that, Lin Rei stood up and led everyone out of the main hall towards his residence. Along the way, the Formation Emperor was even more amazed. Because, in Tianshan Palace, everything was available. Chapter 380. After entering Lin Rei's space, Zhu Tiantong was truly impressed by the Xuanzong sect. Even the entire immortal world could not compare with the Xuanzong sect's equipment. Although they didn't have a house here, they could build it themselves. After saying goodbye to Zhu Tiantong, Linley left and returned to his home. Lin Wanyu and the other 4 disciples were left by Lin Rei to stay with Zhu Tiantong. He asked them to prepare a house for Zhu Tiantong and then go to the side to cultivate. They did not complain about the task given by their master. In the end, they divided the work and completed it. Zhu Tiantong stayed in Lin Rei's space. As for Jian Wudi, he did not know how this matter spread to Lin Rei's ears. Jian Feng had no choice but to ask for instructions from Lin Rei. Lin Rei was also helpless about this. After all, the other party was a family member of a high-ranking member of the Xuanzong sect. In the end, Lin Rei had no choice but to make a decision. However, the family members of the high-ranking members could choose to live in this space and there was no need to report to him. Lin Rei had met Jian Wudi. He did not have a good impression of him, but at least Lin Rei did not dislike him. However, when Jian Wudi was born, Lin Rei liked him very much. He was straightforward and unpretentious. Lin Rei especially appreciated this trait of Jian Wudi. He did not like others who liked to play tricks. Some people spread the news that the 3 sects and the Formation Emperor lived in the Xuanzong sect. As the saying goes, good news does not leave the house, but bad news travels 1,000 miles. This news quickly spread to the ears of the Kunlun Immortal Clan and the Qiankuan sect in the central region. Their reaction was very direct. Originally, they could not control the sections. However, at this moment, the 3 sects were living in the Xuanzong sect at the same time. How could they not be shocked? Originally, they were already afraid of the Xuanzong sect, which had suddenly appeared. At this moment, with the addition of the other 3 sects, it was hard for them not to think too much. Of course, this included the people from the 5 great empires and several great clans. Although they were not as strong as the sects, they were still among the super experts in the immortal world. They were very wary of the goodwill shown by the 3 great sects and the Array Emperor. However, after meeting Jian Wudi and the others, Linley returned to the Bell of Heaven and Earth and ordered his men to inform them that the sect's celebration would be held 4 years later. During these 4 years, he hoped that they would work hard to improve themselves and not be dispirited. As for the male brother, he had taken Linley's drunken rambling seriously. Before Jian Wudi had arrived, he had already left. He had returned to the main headquarters of the 9 Heavens Trading Company and had begun to operate. Unknowingly, he had become a great threat to the other 3 trading companies. Lin Rei still did not know about this because he never cared about the business of the trading companies. Even if he knew, he would not interfere. As for Lin Wanyu and the other 4, Lin Rei gave them a mission to break through their cultivation and physical bodies. They all entered the Heavens Vault Mountain range to train. Everyone went on their own missions. Linley made arrangements for his wife and children. After entering the Cosmos Bell, Linley took out the medicinal pill that Xiaolong had given him to break through the formation of an Emperor-level Array Master. Without hesitation, he swallowed it. The pill melted in his mouth and turned into a stream of energy that entered Lin Rei's body. Just like that, the entire Xuanzong sect was still very quiet. It was so quiet that it was a little scary. However, the Heavens Vault Mountain range was bustling with noise and excitement. Tens of thousands of disciples and flood dragons were all training in the Heavens Vault Mountain range. Occasionally, a few demonic beasts would scream and roar. At the same time, someone's cultivation would break through. They could not help but shout excitedly. As for Jian Wudi and the others, they did not leave. Instead, they stayed in the Xuanzong sect. They wanted to see the scale of the Xuanzong sect. However, after seeing it, they were shocked. Although the Xuanzong sect's disciples were not as many as the other sects, every disciple of the Xuanzong sect was able to fight above their cultivation level. Jian Wudi and the others were very surprised by this. As for the Array Emperor, he stayed in the Xuanzong sect and set up the grand level array of the Xuanzong sect. It was as if he was possessed. He stayed in the Tianshan Hall, overlooking the array below him and studying it. The more he studied it, the more curious he became. He did not know that although it looked like an array, he did not know that it was actually an overlapping array. Its power was not to be underestimated. Moreover, Lin Rei had left behind a mysterious troop. It was the 50-odd cultivators who had been suppressed in the capital ancient city ruins. Under the foundation of the 100-year foundation, their foundation was as solid as a mountain. Moreover, during the 100-year process, most of them had become immortal lords. 2/3 of them were only a step away from becoming immortal emperors. Lin Rei had given them a chance. Before they went into seclusion, Lin Rei had given each of them a few bottles of elixir pills, some cultivation techniques, and martial techniques. Lin Rei had exchanged these for them from the system. He had generously given all of them to them so that they could break through to the immortal emperor realm within 4 years in the Qiankuan Bell. They would become a great help to the Xuanzong sect and also the trump card of the Xuanzong sect. No one except Lin Rei knew about this troop. Moreover, Lin Rei had already thought about it. If the other sects did not cause trouble during the celebration 4 years later, Lin Rei did not intend to let this troop appear in front of the world. As the saying went, the affairs of the world were unpredictable. No one knew what would happen 4 years later. Lin Rei could only do so much. In the blink of an eye, more than 3 years had passed. During this time, many people had arrived at the entrance of the Tianxiong mountain, crowding the entrance so tightly that not even a drop of water could trickle through. Several large clans, several large sects, and several large empires had all arrived at the Tianxiong mountain for the invitation that Lin Rei had sent out. However, many people had come this time. Some people from smaller sects had also come to enter the Xuanzong sect. The owners of the 4 large firms had also arrived at the entrance of the Xuanzong sect, waiting for the 4-year promise. During these 3 years, Jian Wudi and the others had witnessed the growth of all the disciples of the Xuanzong sect with their own eyes. The speed of their growth could be said to be very fast. It was so fast that they could not believe their eyes. However, as the main character, Lin Rei, had broken through to the emperor level in the Cosmos Bell. Lin Rei had originally thought that he would be able to break through very quickly. Even if it was not very fast, given the ratio of 4 years to the Cosmos Bell, he should be able to break through. Who would have thought that after several hundred years, Lin Rei would be able to break through to the emperor level with great difficulty? Lin Rei could not believe this. This was the longest time he had ever taken to break through to the emperor level. However, Lin Rei believed that this would not be the last time. At the moment, Lin Rei was very worried about how long it would take for him to break through to the Grandmaster level. When he thought about how half the time had already passed since he had returned to the Aqua Blue planet to rescue Taotai, Lin Rei felt very dissatisfied. Chapter 381. Hee, that's enough. Since you still have some time, don't you want to learn the art of refining weapons? You don't have to cultivate during this period of time. Hurry up and learn to refine weapons. Otherwise, you won't have time when you go out. Lin Rei, who had broken through to become an Emperor Array Master, was contemplating what to do when the little dragon's voice suddenly sounded. Suddenly, Lin Rei was enlightened. That's right. It's time for me to learn how to refine weapons. Otherwise, I'll have to go out and buy weapons for the sect's disciples. That's an astronomical figure. If I learn how to refine weapons, won't I be able to earn money and raise the overall strength of the sect? For a moment, Lin Rei thought about a lot of things. Regarding this, the little dragon in the system rolled its eyes. It simply wanted Lin Rei to learn the art of refining weapons. Who would have thought that he would come up with so many problems? Cough cough, I'll interrupt you for a moment. You can think about this later. Take advantage of these few months and hurry up and practice the art of refining weapons. Didn't you just inherit some old cultivator's inheritance in the mysterious Sky Continent? See if there are any refining skills in it. What? Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was a little disappointed. When he heard the little dragon's words, he thought that it would give him a very good refining skill. He didn't expect that he would have to find it himself in the end. However, thinking about it, he didn't have anything now. He didn't have a chance to draw a prize. He didn't even have redemption points or reputation points. It was impossible to buy anything. Moreover, Lin Rei remembered that he seemed to owe the little dragon a lot of things. There was no other way. Listening to the little dragon's words, it was impossible to help. Therefore, Lin Rei could only rearrange his memories to see if the yellow dragon immortal had left behind any refining skills. His memories were rediscovered bit by bit. Suddenly, Lin Rei's eyes were wet. At the same time, he missed those days very much, especially the time when Red Lotus was around. Sigh. I don't know if you're doing well now. Back then, you left without saying a word. Maybe you're still in the cultivation world now. Maybe we're really not fated. I asked you to find a refining skill. What are you doing? You're thinking about women. I really want to kill you with a hammer. In an instant, the little dragon's unreasonable voice pulled Lin Rei back from his memories. The tears in his eyes, and his state of mind. Suddenly, a technique manual that Linley was looking for appeared in Linley's mind. Refining true to life? Looking at this book, Linley found all the information he could find regarding the true insight of refining. Immediately, a happy smile appeared on Linley's face. The true scripture of blacksmithing was a heaven-grade blacksmithing cultivation method. If one wanted to master it further, they would have to find a more powerful cultivation method. Otherwise, they would have to stop here. Who would have thought that Reverend Huang Long was such a good person? He had actually hidden such a good thing in his own body that he had never seen before. What a fool! If the Yellow Dragon Immortal heard Lin Rei's words at this time, he would definitely say, "I'm innocent." He had helped a lot of people with this skill, but those people said it was useless. However, it was a pity that the Yellow Dragon Immortal had taken the blame. Alright, since you found a refining technique, hurry up and learn it. However, you have to remember, although this thing isn't anything good, just put up with it for now. Dong, once you complete the task, you'll have it. Oh, by the way, you've cultivated the second level of the Chaos Scripture to the extreme. If you want to break through to the Immortal Emperor realm, hurry up and complete it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have dared to fight for it for you, right? The little dragon's words made Lin Rei want to laugh, but he didn't know how to laugh. Lin Rei said that it was for his own good, but Lin Rei knew that Xie Qieying was on his side. Therefore, he could only accept it. Ding dong, congratulations to the host. Refining true to life has been discovered. Do you want to learn it? I'm asking you. Why is it like this? Listening to the system's voice, Lin Rei was a little confused. In the past, there was no such good thing. In the end, Lin Rei had to accumulate experience bit by bit. But now, what was going on? Okay. Learn it. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for activating refining skill. Ding dong, learning true to life has begun. Please wait for a moment. Just like this, while Lin Rei was completely confused, the system began to learn by itself. No, that's not right, little dragon, what's going on? I don't remember it operating like this before. At this time, Lin Rei, who really didn't understand, could only ask the little dragon because he believed that all of this could only be explained by the little dragon. Hehe, you don't have to be surprised. This is a new function unlocked after the system was upgraded. Therefore, refining equipment is a piece of cake for you. What? Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was completely shocked. From the beginning to the end, he didn't know that the system could be upgraded. What's going on? Why can the system be upgraded? Why haven't I heard you mention it before? Lin Rei had never heard of these things mentioned by the little dragon. Therefore, Lin Rei was very interested in this. At this time, the little dragon had already appeared in front of Lin Rei. Moreover, its appearance had also returned to normal and was no longer as old as before. However, Lin Rei didn't have the time to look at this at all. At this moment, he only wanted to know what was going on. Hehe, let me tell you this. The system can be upgraded and there are 7 levels. Every time it is upgraded, the things that you have used and closed before will be refreshed. Perhaps you can understand it as an upgrade, and the number of times it can be used has increased. Damn it. Listening to the little dragon's explanation of the system, Lin Rei became more and more excited, especially when he heard that the previously sealed nostrils of the system could be used again. How could Lin Rei not be happy? The system is now at the 2nd level. This is very good news for you. However, I can only say that it's really too slow. If it wasn't for the system continuously devouring the chi of immortals in the past 100 years, it might never be able to break through the next level with such a high-grade gas. At this point, Lin Rei's face was slightly flushed with embarrassment. He understood that the little dragon was saying that he wasn't motivated enough. However, at this moment, Lin Rei really didn't mind. He only wanted to know how the functions would be adjusted since the system was upgraded. Yes, I know. In the future, I will definitely find higher-grade spiritual energy to upgrade the system. That should be enough, right? First, tell me what changes the system has undergone. Right. It's like this. Xiaolong had never tried to hide anything from Linley, nor had he tried to hide anything from him. It's mainly the changes in the various sub-professions. You don't have to cultivate out of thin air and transfer the experience points. It can determine the experience points according to the various things you refine each time, and then according to the quality of the quality. So, you will be busy in the future. Lin Rei wasn't afraid of what the little dragon said. As for being able to break through the realm, Lin Rei was already very happy. Okay, I understand. However, you said before that I can still draw a warlord. Are you telling the truth? Finally, Linley asked the question he wanted to ask. At this moment, Xiaolong began to laugh. His laughter was very loud. Hee, yes, you can. However, you don't have the opportunity to draw a warlord now. What's more, it's not a warlord now. What's more, the one you draw can be one level higher than the person who drew it. Moreover, whether it's a celestial prime or not, even the celestial world has no ability to regulate this. Crazy. After hearing the little dragon talk about the new warlord system, Lin Rei shouted in his heart. He was very happy. This was what he wanted. However, it was still too uncertain for him now. Lin Rei was very satisfied that the system didn't prompt him to upgrade this time. At the same time, Lin Rei was very curious and looking forward to the system's next upgrade. Okay, now that I've told you about the system's upgrade, what you should do now is to complete the mission. Also, hurry up and draw the chaos scripture and the refining method. As for drawing characters, we'll talk about it later. Well, you're right. Listening to the little dragon, Lin Rei felt that it was very right. If he had known earlier, although he didn't know when he would be able to break through to the Celestial Emperor realm, there was no guarantee that something unexpected would happen. Well, in that case, I'll take a rest first. Remember, if you want to upgrade the system again, you have to find some high-grade spiritual qi. Only then will it be more useful for the system's breakthrough. After saying that, the little dragon disappeared from Lin Rei's eyes and returned to the system. Lin Rei was alone in the Bell of Heaven and Earth in a daze. At this moment, Lin Rei still needed some time to process what the little dragon had said. The amount of information he had received today was too much. For a moment, he was dumbfounded. However, at the same time, he was very happy and could even be said to be excited. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for learning the crafting truth. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for becoming a common-level equipment refiner. I hope the host will continue to work hard. Suddenly, the system's voice came, bringing Lin Rei back to reality from the little dragon's words. I didn't expect to become an equipment refiner so easily. However, common level? It seems to be the lowest level, the lowest level. Lin Rei still knew about the division of grades. The grades of equipment refiners were divided into common level, yellow level, black level, earth level, heaven level, king level, emperor level, zone level, supreme level, saint level, god level, and supreme hongmeng. The common level was just the lowest level. In fact, Lin Rei didn't care about this at all. After Lin Rei's Dao system changed, Lin Rei knew that this was a cheat artifact. With this in hand, what was there to be afraid of? Chapter 382. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for activating the refining mode. The reward for the first activation is the worldly Huayu Cauldron, a gradeless refining giant cauldron. It can increase the success rate of the celestial device by 10% according to the celestial device that the host refines. The restriction is that the host can only refine 10 celestial devices a day. If there are 10 celestial devices, there will be no additional success rate. Damn, this is good stuff. As soon as the system finished announcing the reward, Lin Rei was so excited that he almost jumped up. At the thought of the worldly Huayu cauldron, Lin Rei couldn't help but want to take it out to admire the gradeless item. Of course, although he had a few gradeless items, they couldn't be compared with the giant cauldron. Task: the host must become a heaven-level equipment refiner within 5 months. If not, the system will directly erase the host. If completed, the Martial Emperor Godly Spear will be upgraded by 1 level. What? Damn, I'm playing. Lin Rei was very happy at first, but after hearing the task issued by the system, he was dumbfounded. What did it mean to become a heaven-level equipment refiner within 5 months? Was this a joke? Oh, your heaven-level equipment refiner is like a cabbage on the street, you can find one whenever you want. Lin Rei had already labeled the task issued by the system as an impossible task. From the beginning to the end, whether it was alchemy or formations, he had never reached the heaven level in such a short time. It had to be accumulated bit by bit. Okay, you have time to talk. You'd better hurry up and refine your equipment. Remember, 5 months. You have to know that you are now in the Cosmos Bell. There is a time difference, so there is a time difference. I don't want to sleep again after following you for more than 100 years. At this time, when Lin Rei was complaining, the little dragon's words came. Suddenly, Lin Rei remembered that he was in the Cosmos Bell with a time difference. In an instant, Lin Rei was filled with confidence. His previous decadence was swept away and he was much more energetic. In that case, let's start. Anyway, it's just practice. Let's refine some things that aren't very precious. With that thought in mind, Lin Rei communicated with Tiandi Huayu in the system and moved it out. Boom! The moment the heaven and earth magnificent universe appeared, the entire heaven and earth bell began to tremble. However, Lin Rei was already prepared, so he was not in such a sorry state. Heaven and Earth Huayu revealed its true appearance. Looking at this giant red cauldron, Lin Rei's heart was filled with shock and awe. This cauldron was crimson in color, and on the outside, there were some strange beasts that Linli had never seen before. In addition, there were some strange runes on the surface of the cauldron that Linli couldn't understand at all. Even the characters on the cauldron couldn't understand them. Linli was very curious about this, but he didn't delve too deeply into it. This is indeed a good item. The carvings of rare and precious beasts on it are so lifelike. If I didn't know that it was fake, would have thought that it could really charge out. Looking at this giant cauldron, Lin Rei's face was full of curiosity. However, when he thought of the appointment in May, Lin Rei wasn't in the mood to admire it anymore. Si Ling Sword, a common grade weapon. It doesn't have any offensive capabilities. It requires heavenly spiritual grass, level 4 dark iron, and a common grade flame to refine. Not bad. This is just the right thing to try. Fortunately, I collected a lot of them when I was in the mortal realm. Otherwise, even if I had the equipment formula now, I wouldn't be able to use it. Then, after making the decision, the illusory spirit blood fire was displayed. A scorching blood-red flame appeared and surrounded the bottom of the heaven and earth Huayu, starting to warm it up. As the temperature of the illusory spirit blood fire rose gradually, the giant red cauldron became even redder. Moreover, if there was a celestial immortal expert here, he wouldn't be able to withstand the temperature. After a few minutes, the warming was over. Lin Rei started to refine according to the equipment formula. With a whoosh, the football-sized dark iron was thrown into the heaven and earth Huayu. With a whoosh, the dark iron in the heaven and earth Huayu was burned to ashes by Lin Rei's illusory spirit blood fire before his divine sense could sense it. Lin Rei felt helpless about this. After all, these were all common grade weapons. The illusory spirit blood fire was different from before. Therefore, common grade weapons would be burned to ashes as soon as they touched the blood fire. What should I do? It's impossible for me to find an ordinary flame now. Are you kidding me? Seeing this, Lin Rei couldn't help but complain and leave. But there was no other way. He still had to refine, and this couldn't be changed. Therefore, after complaining for a while, Lin Rei calmed down. A pile of level 4 dark iron appeared beside him, and he started to practice. Puff, 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 puff. Just like that, the dark iron turned to ashes one by one. Although the effect wasn't obvious, under Lin Rei's unremitting efforts, his control of the fire finally started to improve slowly. But as he watched the black iron disappear one by one, Linley didn't feel good at all. In Linley's heart, those black iron were all money. As the saying went, even the smallest mosquito was meat. Fortunately, his control of fire had changed back then. Otherwise, Lin Rei would have been King mad. Slowly, with the change of time, Lin Rei finally reached the optimal state of controlling the fire. With a whoosh, a piece of dark iron was thrown into the heaven and earth Huayu. Although only 4 months have passed in the outside world, there is less than a month left. You are now only at the level of an earth-level refiner. In the heaven and earth bell, thousands of years have passed. I don't know if you can complete the appointment on the day of my arrival. At this time, Lin Rei, who was refining weapons, suddenly heard the little dragon's words. Suddenly, he fell silent. Logically speaking, he should be able to. However, even he didn't have the confidence to do it in a month's time. I don't know. Logically speaking, should be able to break through. However, the world is unpredictable. No one knows. Sigh, we'll see when the time comes. As he spoke, his tone wasn't very confident. It was even weak. However, Lin Rei still believed that he could break through to heaven level. Look, you've received a lot of rewards for breaking through to level 3. You've got 6 chances to summon characters, and you've also got the chaos scripture. As for the things you owe me, you've also paid them back. So, relax. You might break through on your own when you're not paying attention. Moreover, after the system upgrade, you've never seen the changes in your information or the system. Lin Rei understood the little dragon's words. However, Lin Rei still felt that he could go to the system to see his information after breaking through to heaven level. Wang. Suddenly, a strange sound was heard. Instantly, Lin Rei was awakened. He looked as if he had been defeated. Damn, no. No, it's almost finished. Don't. At this time, the universe began to tremble. Waves of heat rushed out of the giant cauldron. Then, Lin Rei was full of embarrassment. Bang! A loud sound was heard. The cauldron exploded. However, the quality of the universe was excellent. Although the explosion didn't affect it at all, the thing in the giant cauldron was completely destroyed. Ah! A scream came out of Lin Rei's mouth. The corner of his mouth began to twitch. He had difficulty breathing and looked as if he was about to die. Chapter 383. My star iron, my cold iron, my money. My money. At this time, Lin Rei was in front of the heaven and earth Huayu. Looking at the broken pieces on the ground, Lin Rei screamed in pain. As he screamed, one of his hands kept blowing on his chest, looking like he was in pain. If this scene was seen by others, they would definitely laugh their heads off. At this time, Lin Rei's appearance was very funny and cute, as if he had been wronged. Ha ha ha. A loud laugh sounded. Lin Rei was even more embarrassed, and his face was even more embarrassed. Lin Rei, isn't it just a little thing? Is it necessary? Ah. Look at how useless you are. If others see this, where am I going to put it? At this time, the little dragon had appeared above the heaven and earth Huayu. Looking at Lin Rei, who was kneeling on the ground and holding some charcoal in his hands, the little dragon laughed heartily, leaning forward and backward, almost rolling on the ground. You. Lin Rei wanted to refute, but he didn't know how to refute. He just blurted out a word, and then he was speechless. He could only feel his heart ache. It's not yours. It's something from the immortal world. It's very precious. Besides, I'm in charge of the resources of a sect. Do you think I'm willing to be a miser? After feeling heartache for a while, Lin Rei calmed down. He didn't have the chance to touch the charcoal, but took out some more and began to refine. But fortunately, this time, he didn't talk to the little dragon, and everything was very stable. Finally, a long spear appeared in front of Lin Rei. Since you are the second failed refinement of this deity, then from now on, you will be named Spear Tomb. As soon as he finished speaking, a trembling sound came from above the spear tomb. The long spear seemed to have a spirit and responded to Lin Rei's name. Good. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for refining a top-grade precious weapon. You have gained 50 experience points. Keep up the good work. Only 50 points. Tisk, it's still not enough. Listening to the experience points given by the system, Lin Rei felt that it was not enough. Then, he began to refine again. This time, Lin Rei's ultimate goal was to break through the heaven stage, and create a celestial weapon. At this moment, there was a sea of people at the entrance of the Sky Dome. Most of them were small fries, but some of them were people from big clans, sects, and empires. Everyone's eyes were fixed on the entrance of the heavens, and Heaven's Gate, Heaven's Gate, and Heaven's Gate, and Heaven's Earth. Remember this. During the celebration, follow my instructions and see how strong the Xuanzong sect is. When the time comes, I will let the Xuanzong sect and the entire immortal realm know that the Kunlun sect is not to be trifled with. Because from the murderous aura just now, he felt that the Array Emperor was not only good at formations, but also had an unfathomable cultivation. For a moment, Jian Wudi had to be wary of the Array Emperor, who had hidden himself well. At this moment, their words fell into the ears of Jing Xiao and Wan Yunduo. At the same time, they were also shocked. As experts of the older generation, they did not expect them to be so shameless. Yunduo, when the people from the Thousand Treasures sect come in, you must persuade them. Even if they don't help, at least they shouldn't do anything evil. Remember, we still owe Linli a promise. Wan Yunduo heard Jing Zhao's message and pretended not to be angry. She replied, "All right, let's do that. Remember what you said. Lin Rei is our benefactor. Even if we die, we can't let him down." After the two of them reached an agreement, they started to plot. As for the two evil people in front of them, they ignored them. However, at this moment, Lin Rei had reached the most crucial point in Qiankuan's sect. "Hurry up, as long as I finish this, I can become a heaven-grade weapon refiner." His eyes were fixed on the giant cauldron in front of him. His clothes were drenched in sweat and his purple hair was tangled together. He was extremely unkempt. However, Lin Rei did not want to know what Jian Wudi and the Array Emperor were thinking. Lin Rei had never trusted them and did not want to trust them. Therefore, Lin Rei did not believe what they said. Time passed by slowly. Finally, after an hour, the giant cauldron shook. Buzz, a sound came from the giant cauldron. At this moment, Lin Rei had already retrieved the illusory spirit blood fire. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for becoming a heaven-grade weapon refiner. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for completing the mission of becoming a heaven-grade weapon refiner in May. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for successfully refining a lower-grade immortal weapon. In addition, you have gained 500 experience points. keep up the good work. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for becoming a heaven-grade weapon refiner. You have been rewarded with 2 lottery tickets and 300,000 redemption points. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for completing the mission. You have been rewarded with a chance to upgrade the Martial Emperor Divine Spear by 1 level. The good news came one after another, almost making Lin Rei dizzy. At this moment, Lin Rei was grinning from ear to ear. He was extremely happy. System, upgrade the Martial Emperor Divine Spear immediately. I'm afraid it will be a divine weapon this time. TSK, I really don't know how it feels to use it in the future. At the thought that his weapon was about to become a divine weapon, Lin Rei was overjoyed. At the same time, he was very nervous. Ding dong, the Martial Emperor Divine Spear is being upgraded. Please wait for a moment. Well, I have to summon a few Celestial Emperors, just in case. Then, Lin Rei said to the system, draw 3 Celestial Emperors for me. Ding dong, okay, please wait for a moment. This time, Lin Rei was not as silly as he was when he first got the system. This time, he did not have to wait as long as before. With 3 buzzing sounds, 3 halos appeared in front of Lin Rei. Slowly, 3 hazy human figures emerged from the halos. The 3 men, each with a jade-like face, had sword-like eyebrows and starry eyes. If they were in his era, they would have been superstars. I'm Chu Huang, Tianheng, Middle Bunker. Greetings to the Master. Thud. 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 The 3 of them knelt down without a word and kowtowed. Hee, you can get up. From now on, you will be my bodyguards. Remember, without my permission, you are not allowed to show your strength in front of outsiders. Also, don't call me master. Call me young master. After instructing them, Lin Rei asked them to leave. At this moment, Lin Rei looked at the long sword in the giant tripod. Come out. With a whoosh, before Lin Rei could control it, the sword flew out of Lin Rei's control range. F***CK, what's going on? Lin Rei was puzzled. Logically speaking, it was made by him, so he should not have such a reaction. Hee, silly boy, hurry up and get out. When a celestial weapon is born, it has to go through a tribulation. Do you think all weapons can be upgraded without going through a tribulation like your Martial Emperor Divine Spear? The little dragon's voice came. Lin Rei suddenly understood. Without hesitation, he flashed out of the bell of heaven and earth. At the same time, the long sword was taken out by Lin Rei. However, the moment it appeared, the long sword flew out of the space. Immediately, the sky was covered with dark clouds and thunder, which was really scary. Chapter 384. He's out of seclusion. Jian Wudi and the others, who had been staying here all this time, knew the moment Lin Rei's aura appeared. However, Lin Rei's aura disappeared in the blink of an eye. No, I have to tell Brother Lin Rei about what Jian Wudi and the others said before. Otherwise, I won't be able to live with myself. I'll just treat it as returning the favor from before. At this point, Jing Shao disappeared with a teleport. When he appeared again, he was already in an open space in the heavenly Chun Palace. Rumble. 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 At this moment, the sky was covered by dark clouds. Thunder rumbled in the dark clouds and blue lightning flashed through the clouds from time to time, illuminating the sky and earth. Startling Dawn was not the only one who could see it. Even the tens of thousands of people at the entrance of Tianqiong Palace could feel the sound of the thunder clouds. However, they did not know what was going on. They only knew that it came from inside Tianqiong Palace. However, Startling Dawn could see it clearly. At this moment, a long sword stood in the sky above his head, facing the thunder clouds, showing its indifference. Lin Rei was standing beside the long sword, looking up at the thunder clouds. His eyes were full of disdain, as if the thunder clouds in front of him were nothing and could not threaten him at all. Brother Lin Rei, you have to be careful. Previously, the Array Emperor said that during the celebration, someone might attack your Xuanzong sect. Moreover, he also said that when the time comes, if you can't handle it, he will immediately leave with Zhu Chenxi. Jian Wudi did not say anything and tacitly agreed. A voice transmission was transmitted into Lin Rei's mind. Hearing this, Lin Rei was not angry. Instead, he looked down at Startling Dawn with a smile in his eyes. No one could figure out what he meant. However, at this moment, Jian Wudi and Zhu Tiantong came to Startling Dawn's side. When they saw the scene in the sky, they were stunned. This was especially true for them, the people of the older generation. When they saw this scene again, they knew that this was the lightning tribulation for the birth of the immortal artifact. At the same time, they were very shocked. A finished fairy weapon meant that there was a craftsman in the Xuanzong sect, and the craftsman's level was not low. They were shocked by this. At the same time, they wanted to figure out who this person was. Even if they could not rope him in, he would still join their camp. Humph, come on, let me see what you're capable of. Shouting at the heavens and earth, this was the first time Startling Dawn and the others had seen this. However, they did not find it strange that this was happening to Lin Rei. With a boom sound, a bolt of lightning came crashing down towards Lin Li's long sword. It carried with it a power that could destroy heaven and earth, as if this sword should not exist. Humph, disperse. Looking at the descending bolt of lightning, Lin Li didn't care about it at all. With a simple punch, he punched directly at the bolt of lightning. Jian Wudi and the others saw this scene. Just when everyone thought that Lin Rei was going to be miserable, the Yi Xiang happened. Bang! At this time, Lin Rei's fist collided with the lightning and dispersed the lightning. What? How is this possible? Jian Wudi and Zhu Tiantong could not understand Lin Rei's actions. Although the lightning tribulation of the immortal artifact was not very strong, it was still a strike from heaven and earth. No matter what, it would not be dispersed like this. However, this was the fact, and they had to believe it. In this way, after the first time, there would be a second time. Compared with the lightning tribulation of the immortal artifact, this was nothing at all. Therefore, Lin Rei was not afraid at all. There were a total of 9 lightning tribulations of the immortal artifact. Since there was a beginning, there would be no problem next. After a while, when the 9 lightning tribulations were easily dispersed by Lin Rei, the long sword beside him instantly shone brightly. Hum! A sword cry was emitted from the long sword, and a blood-red flame mark appeared on the hilt of the sword. Looking at this low-grade immortal artifact long sword, Lin Rei did not care. He directly grabbed the long sword and threw it towards Jing Shao, who was standing in the Tianqian palace. Brother Jing Shao, this long sword is for you. It is useless for me to keep it. Jing Shao refused to accept immortal artifacts. Besides, Jing Shao knew how many immortal artifacts Lin Rei had. Alright, then I'll thank you for your kind intentions, Brother Lin Li. At this time, Lin Rei glanced at the Array Emperor and Jian Wudi, who were next to him, but did not say anything. As for the long sword that he had just given away, Lin Rei did not feel the loss at all. First, he knew how to refine immortal artifacts. Therefore, for Lin Rei, it was not of much use. Lin Rei did not need to feel sorry for it. Second, he was able to tell him what Jian Wudi and the others had said. Lin Rei was very grateful for this. Although he did not treat them well, it was not to the extent that they would scheme against him. Therefore, there was another layer of meaning, which was to thank Jing Shao for speaking up for him. Ding dong. Congratulations to the host, the Martial Emperor Divine Spear has been upgraded. Ding dong. Congratulations to the host, the Martial Emperor Divine Spear has been upgraded to a divine artifact. While he was in a daze, the Martial Emperor Divine Spear had been upgraded. It was really killing two birds with one stone. Well, everyone, let's go back. In 2 days, the sect will hold the sect celebration as scheduled. After speaking to everyone, Lin Rei teleported and disappeared. In a place where there was no one, Lin Rei entered the system. Previously, he had promised Little Dragon that after everything was over, he would enter the system to check the changes in his information. When he looked up, all his information appeared in his eyes. Name, Lin Rei. Age, 167. System level, 2 cultivation, early stage immortal lord experience, 624949676. 8 billion, spiritual roots, thunder, fire, wood, gold chaos spiritual roots talent, peak immortal emperor cultivation skills, chaotic scripture level 2, incomplete, devouring heavenly skill, growable, Hongmeng alchemy, entry level cultivation skill, cloud formula, emperor level cultivation skill, same formation, emperor level cultivation skill, tyrant body technique, emperor level cultivation skill, thunder tyrant body, zone level secret skill, martial skills, butterfly steps, entry level. Stellar finger, proficient, silent thunder spear art, high dark level martial skill, now cultivated to entry level, can produce 3 thunderbolts, myriad sword art, heaven level, level 3 incineration, emperor level, dragon subduing step, emperor level, Shura spear art, king level, Shura sword formation, king level, Shura transformation, emperor level, spiritual treasures, martial emperor divine spear, divine weapon lower grade, growable, myriad magic sword, ungraded, myriad beasts furnace. Heaven and earth bell, supreme grade celestial weapon, heavenly temple, upper grade celestial weapon, worldly huayu, ungraded, equipment, supreme grade drift cloud celestial weapon set mount, golden immortal lucky draw wheel, 2-character lottery system, 3 times reputation points, 130,000 exchange points, 300,000 spiritual stones, 0 heaven level alchemist, 46583500000, emperor level formation master, 35243010000000, heaven level equipment forger, 34568500000, talisman master, not activated top spiritual. Medicine, heavenly materials and earthly treasures, 50 kilograms of purple gold nephrite, 50 kilograms of purple gold sand, 50 kilograms of purple gold godly iron. Side task, reach the cultivation level that the system wants within 300 years. If you can't do it, the system has the right to kill you directly. When you have enough strength, rescue the suppressed Pai Xiu. Pills, 11 mind control pills, 7,836 mind control pills, damn, not bad. Not bad. Looking at his own heart, Lin Rei didn't feel anything special. He just felt that the experience points that he hadn't broken through to the next level were too much. Alright, hurry up and get out. Also, think about what Jingshao told you before. Now that the sect has just been established in the immortal realm, we have to be careful. Therefore, you have to deal with this matter properly and try to chase away those with bad intentions as soon as possible. Also, hurry up and cultivate. You're getting closer and closer to the aura of planet Aqua Blue. At this moment, the little dragon's words made Lin Rei ponder. Lin Rei agreed with the little dragon's words. I know. They want to see how the Xuanzong sect works. Can't they? Then I'll let them see how the Xuanzong sect works. This way, I can check Jian Feng and Zhu Chenxi's loyalty to the sect. At the same time, if it really doesn't work, I'll change them quickly. I don't want a piece of rat's poop to spoil my pot of soup. Since you've decided, hurry up and arrange it. After speaking, the little dragon didn't come out to speak. At this time, Lin Rei had also returned to his residence. Looking at the empty place, Lin Rei wondered where his wife had gone. Although the enormous divine sense couldn't cover the entire sky, it was still enough to see the people around him. The moment he released it, Lin Wanyu and some other high-level disciples who had gone out to train were all summoned back by Lin Rei. Come back, all of you. The Sect celebration is in 2 days. There's no need to cultivate. Lin Rei's words made everyone excited. One by one, the tens of thousands of Xuanzong Sect disciples quickly returned to the Xuanzong Sect. All the disciples had returned to their respective sections. As for the high-level disciples, they were all summoned to the main hall by Lin Rei. As for Lin Rei, he was already sitting on the sect leader's seat, waiting for them. Not long after, the group arrived. Seeing that they were all slightly injured, Lin Li hurriedly used his immortal spiritual energy to place the pills in front of them and said to them, "Take these. Hurry up and eat them. After you've recovered, cheer up and prepare for the sect celebration in 2 days. Yes, we'll follow the sect leader's orders." Lin Rei ordered. Everyone swallowed the elixirs, sat on the ground, and began to recover. Lin Rei took advantage of this leisure time to return to the Cosmos Bell, where he had been in seclusion for 4 years. At this time, Lin Rei had come for the 50 mysterious disciples. Before they had gone into seclusion, they had all become immortal lords. He had come to see if any of them had broken through to the immortal emperor realm, even if only one of them had. At the very least, with one more immortal emperor, the Xuanzong Sect would have a little more security. If not, it didn't matter. At least he wouldn't be disappointed. However, reality was often unexpected. After Lin Rei entered their cultivation grounds, he felt their auras. Suddenly, Lin Rei was delighted. Chapter 385. At this time, 6 of the 50 disciples had broken through to the immortal emperor realm, and their foundations were very stable. As for the others, there were a few who could break through to the immortal emperor realm in a short time. However, Lin Rei did not have the time to wait. Everyone, wake up. In order not to affect their cultivation, Lin Rei could only use telepathy to communicate with them. Plop. The sound of people kneeling on the ground was heard. The moment they opened their eyes, they knelt on the ground and respectfully kowtowed to Lin Rei. "We greet the sect master. I wonder what orders the sect master has for us. We will do our best to complete them. We will not bring shame to the reputation of the Xuanzong Sect." Their voices were deafening. Lin Rei heard everything they said. At the same time, Lin Rei firmly believed in their loyalty because they had all eaten the soul-controlling pill. "Good, all of you are doing very well. Don't cultivate for the next 2 days. Focus on consolidating your cultivation and wait for my call. 2 days later, it will be time for my Xian sect's name to spread throughout the world. Yes, we will obey the sect master's order." Looking at their appearance and spirit, Lin Rei knew that they would not let him down. At the same time, Lin Rei had already prepared for what would happen in 2 days. Similarly, as the little dragon had said, the quality of soldiers, not the quantity. This was also what Lin Rei wanted to see. He would rather not have any disciples than to have a few fence-sitters in the past few years. Of course, Lin Rei could guarantee that the 30,000 disciples of the Xuanzong Sect would be fine. However, Lin Rei was not at ease with the people brought back by the higher-ups. "Okay, you all can continue to cultivate." After saying this, Lin Rei instantly disappeared from the Bell of Heaven and Earth and returned to the sect master's seat in the main hall of the Tianshan Hall. As for Lin Li's departure, no one knew about it. While Lin Li was returning to the distant location, the underground healer was still recovering. Phew, luckily they didn't wake up. Seeing this, Lin Li immediately began to cultivate. Lin Li wasn't very satisfied with his current early-stage immortal monarch level of cultivation. Although it had been 4 years, the time difference within the Cosmos Bell was extremely large. However, in the past few years, Linley had been focused on making breakthroughs in formations and artifact forging. Thus, Linley hadn't spent much time cultivating. Looking at his stagnant cultivation, Lin Rei did not know what to say. However, when he thought about how he would have to return to planet Aqua Blue in 100 years, Lin Rei felt that time was not enough. It was really not enough. As time passed, 2 days quickly passed. At this moment, Lin Rei opened his eyes in the main hall. Seeing that the underground had been completely repaired, but they were still cultivating, Lin Rei hurriedly transmitted his voice to them. "Wake up, all of you. It's time for the 4-year agreement. Open the sky vault entrance and let them in." "Yes. Yes, we will obey." Lin Wanyu and the others who were cultivating immediately woke up when they heard Lin Rei's words. Then, they stood up and bowed to Lin Rei before turning around and leaving. They quickly flew towards the sky vault entrance. At this moment, Jing Xiao and Wan Yunduo in the Tianshan Hall looked at the people who were flying towards the sky vault entrance. Jing Xiao had an ominous premonition in his heart as though something bad was about to happen. He couldn't help but pull himself together. At this moment, the crowd at the entrance of the Sky Dome was already impatient. This was especially true for those who had always been arrogant and lofty. At this moment, they couldn't wait to see what the Sky Dome looked like. Humph. Remember, don't act rashly later. If you spoil my plan, I will make sure you suffer the consequences. At this moment, the people who knew that the Sky Vault entrance would open quickly warned their disciples. Crack. 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 Just as the people were looking at the Sky Vault entrance excitedly, they finally heard the sound of the Sky Vault entrance opening. This was the only thing they had wanted to hear for the past few years. Now, it had finally come true. Dong! The Sky Vault entrance opened. A dozen people didn't come out. They were in the air, looking down at the cultivators below with smiles on their faces. Fellow cultivators, today is the founding celebration of the Xuanzong Sect. Thank you for coming. Cultivators, please come in. Jian Feng didn't waste any time, because he knew that this was exactly what everyone wanted to hear at this moment. Then, a group of people bustled into the sky and entered the Sky Vault entrance. There were tens of thousands of people, including all kinds of sects, empires, and families. Jian Feng even knew some of them. Just like this, it took a lot of time for them to enter the Sky Vault entrance. Finally, they all went in. Jian Feng and the others went in and closed the Sky Vault entrance. Look, what the F***ck is this? This is too. Humph. No, this is a paradise. How can I let a nobody occupy it? It seems that this place is mine. Alas. Such a good place has lost its owner. However, it will change owners soon. At this moment, when the tens of thousands of people saw the scene inside the Sky Vault entrance, their brains short-circuited and they were all stunned. However, they were people who had seen the world, so it didn't take long for them to come to their senses. However, at this moment, their obsession to obtain this paradise in the Sky Vault entrance was even deeper. Everyone was well aware of their ulterior motives, so no one said anything. Under the leadership of the tribe leaders, the tens of thousands of people came to the highest palace in the Sky Vault entrance, the Tianshan Palace. At this moment, Lin Rei was standing in front of the Tianshan Palace, looking at the crowd below. Lin Rei sneered at this. Then, a kind smile appeared on Lin Rei's face. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. A few sounds pierced through the air. Suddenly, the tribe leaders sent by Jian Feng came in front of him. Greetings, sect leader. We have completed the task you gave us. Everyone has been brought in, and the Sky Vault entrance is closed. Not bad, you have done well. After hearing their reports, Lin Rei smiled. At the same time, he looked at the tens of thousands of people below. Lin Rei knew that there were people who wanted his territory and his life. However, Lin Rei wasn't afraid at all. He wanted to intimidate all the sects in the immortal realm. At the same time, he wanted to eliminate the fence-sitters and disloyal people in his sect. This was to prevent any mistakes in the future and send himself and his sect to the guillotine. Everyone, I am the founder of the Xuanzong sect, Lin Rei. Today, I have invited all of you here to announce to the whole immortal realm that the Nine Heavens Xuanzong sect is based in the Sky Vault Mountain in the east. I hope that all of you can help us in the future. The instant Linli, who was at the early monarch immortal realm, spoke, everyone could sense Linli's cultivation level. At the same time, they couldn't help but feel bewildered. They couldn't help but feel that something was amiss. However, they were all confused by the material objects before them. At the same time, this was what Lin Rei wanted them to see. In fact, this was what Lin Rei was looking forward to. Otherwise, there would be more to the show. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Bang. 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 Sounds echoed throughout the entire Heavenly Star Palace. The moment Linli finished speaking, he waved his hand and tens of thousands of weapons appeared in the sky, each one emitting a brilliant light. Cultivation level, I have invited all of you this time. There is no need to entertain you. These weapons are not enough to show my respect. Take them and divide them among yourselves. As soon as these words were spoken, everyone couldn't help but rush up to the sky to snatch the weapons. As the saying goes, one must bear the child to catch the wolf. If he didn't let them see what they wanted to see, how could they lose their rationality and do what Lin Rei wanted to see? As for the magic treasures that Linli had thrown out earlier, they were all obtained from the Cosmos Bell. Most of them were treasured artifacts, and some were even quasi-immortal artifacts. Moreover, every single one of them was of the highest quality. Lin Rei believed that in front of such a large number of treasures, they would definitely be tempted. Sure enough, as Lin Rei expected, a group of people started to snatch the weapons. Lin Rei stood in front of the palace and watched this scene. He didn't want to miss a single scene. Of course, not all of them were greedy people. Among the tens of thousands of people, there were a few who didn't snatch the weapons. Generally, these people were the most terrifying. As time went by, the weapons were all snatched up. Everything was back to the main topic. Lin Rei finally got what he wanted. Sect Master Lin, the Sky Dome realm was originally a place that the other sects had been fighting for. Now that your Xian sect has suddenly occupied it, it's hard to justify the losses that we've suffered. Yes, yes. How can you occupy Tianqiong just like that? How can our Kunlun immortal sect put our face? The East was originally under the jurisdiction of our Kunlun immortal sect, and Tianqiong is under the jurisdiction of our Kunlun immortal sect. What do you think of Tianqiong? Yes. Yes. Immediately, where there was a first, there would be a second. One after another, voices of agreement could be heard. Instantly, Linli's brows furrowed tightly. However, Linli was laughing in his heart. This contrast was something that no one could understand. Humph. Who do you think you are? My master risked his life to take down this Sky Dome mountain. What right do you have to make my master give this place to you with just a few words? At this moment, Lin Wanyu, who was next to him, was unwilling. She was a little princess, how could she stand this kind of discussion? Yes, my senior sister is right. You are all a group of bastards. Before, when you saw the celestial device, it was like you saw your own father. What's wrong with you now? I really don't know if your parents know that you are so shameless outside. At this moment, after seeing his disciple vent his anger for him, Lin Rei felt very warm in his heart. However, for his plan, Lin Rei had to go against his heart. Humph, shut up. Don't talk nonsense. He turned around and shouted at his disciple. As he spoke, there was a look of fear on his face. At the same time, he was afraid of being exposed in front of everyone. A look of terror and dread flashed across his face. Lin Li believed that those powerful people would be able to see it. Chapter 386. Hehe, looks like this Xuanzong sect leader is just an idiot. He's not worth mentioning. Humph, he's scared just like that. Looks like this Xuanzong sect isn't that great. Hehe, the Xuanzong sect is mine. Lin Li's conjecture was correct. Only a small portion of the people had seen the look of terror on his face, but this small portion of people was enough to see the tens of thousands of others. However, in their hearts, they were just like Lin Rei. They all thought that Lin Rei was just a paper tiger. He looked mighty on the outside, but he was a coward on the inside. At this moment, Lin Wanyu and the other 4 disciples were stunned by Lin Rei's shout. They were very puzzled because Lin Li was acting strangely. If it was in the past, they would definitely beat him up. But now, Lin Rei could only say sorry to Lin Wanyu and the others, and it was in his heart. Everyone, what do you want? His words showed the incompetence, fear, and terror of a coward. At the same time, Lin Rei's legs began to tremble as he spoke. Everyone who saw this scene was moved. They felt that something was wrong. Was he really such a coward as he was able to create a sect like the Celestial Dome sect? Or was there another expert behind him? No one knew about this. At the same time, they were also worried. As the saying goes, it's better to be safe than sorry. No one knew what would happen next, so they had to be careful. Nothing. We just want sect leader Lin to give some of the Xuanzong sect to us. After all, the Celestial Dome sect is a good place. At this moment, the person who spoke was a cultivator at the same level as Lin Rei. This person looked wretched and treacherous, which made people want to vomit. Looking at him, Lin Rei didn't say much. Humph, if you want to divide the Xuanzong sect's territory, then come out and compete. If you agree, you can divide any place in the Xuanzong sect. I won't say anything more. Boom! As soon as Lin Rei finished speaking, the people below instantly exploded. They didn't choose to remain silent anymore. They were determined to get the Celestial Dome sect. However, the Xuanzong sect disciples beside Lin Rei were all surprised when they heard Lin Rei's words. They didn't understand why Lin Rei would say that. This wasn't his style, but they had to listen to him. After all, he was the sect leader. They could only be anxious in their hearts and discuss it on the surface. Good. In that case, I, sect leader of the water sect, Kuei Yang, peak early immortal monarch realm, would like to exchange pointers with you. Whoosh! As soon as he finished speaking, the middle-aged man called Kuei Yang instantly appeared in the sky. However, Lin Rei was standing parallel to him, looking arrogant and confident. Pfft! His actions made Lin Wanyu and the others laugh. In their hearts, Lin Rei was a person who could kill an immortal emperor. Against an early immortal monarch realm cultivator, they could only wish him good luck. Kuei Shui noticed the actions of Lin Wanyu and the others. He felt a little strange, but in order to obtain the Xuanzong sect, he didn't think too much about it. Alright, since Brother Kuei wants to fight, then let's fight. With a swoosh, Lin Li appeared in front of Kuei Yang and pointed the low-grade immortal weapons in his hands at Kuei Yang as he spoke viciously. Kuei Yang, since you dare to fight, don't blame me for being impolite. Myriad Sword Technique, First Form, 100 Sword Soul Lock. With a whoosh, a low-grade immortal artifact was activated by Lin Li's cultivation base. Over 100 longswords instantly appeared in the air. The tips of the swords were pointed at Kuei Yang in a menacing manner. How can this be? How can he have such a powerful technique? If he uses this technique on me, sigh, I don't care anymore. I'll take it one step at a time. I don't believe he can kill you like me. As the saying goes, confidence is good. If one is overconfident, then that person is an idiot. Obviously, Kuei Yang was such a person. He was overconfident in himself. F***ck, it can't be, big brother. This is my lowest level spell. If you can't even handle this, then you can only be unlucky. Ha! With a loud shout, over 100 swords rushed towards Kuei Yang. Kuei Yang was stunned. He didn't expect the Xuanzong sect leader to be so decisive. Kuei Yang Shui. At this critical moment, Kuei Yang moved. A long sword swept across the sky, creating ripples on the water. At the same time, Lin Rei's attack had arrived. Die. No one knew whether it was intentional or not, but Kuei Yang's long sword directly broke the attack of Lin Rei's swords. Everyone was stunned when they saw this scene. At the same time, Lin Wanyu and the others were also stunned. Others might not know, but she was very clear about her master's strength. She was the strongest person under the immortal venerable realm. How could she be defeated by an early immortal monarch? Similarly, Jian Feng and Zhu Chenxi had the same thought. They were very confused about this, but at the same time, they couldn't ask about it. However, no one noticed that Jing Xiao, who was at the rear, was looking at the scene with a smile. Hee, Brother Lin. You're indeed farsighted to use such a method to solve the internal problems of the sect. You're really invincible. He understood everything that Lin Rei had done because he was the cause of this matter. When he saw Lin Rei turning soft, he understood the meaning behind it. However, Kuei Yang didn't think so. He was in a good mood at the moment. When he thought that he would be able to obtain the sky dome of the Xuanzong sect, his eyes were filled with greed. Alright, Linley, if you have any other techniques, go ahead and use them. Let me see how strong the person who created this place is. Wait. I keep feeling that something is wrong, but I can't put my finger on it. Hee, idiot, I'll wait to see you cry later. Idiot. In an instant, the words of the Karakoram immortal sect disciple made some of the people from the top sects and clans think differently. They also wanted to continue watching the show because they felt that this show wasn't over yet. Master, why don't I go and kill him? At this moment, Lin Wanyu, who was surrounding Lin Rei, was furious after hearing the words of the Kunlun immortal sect disciple. Immediately, she wanted to rush out and kill the person who spoke so arrogantly. However, just as she was about to get up, she was stopped by Lin Rei's sound transmission. Wait, don't move. Do you really think that he can injure me with his mediocre skills? Huh? Could it be? Yes, that's right. I've calculated all of this. Since I'm going to establish a sect, then the disciples must be loyal to the sect. I'm not worried about the people we brought up from the mortal world, but I'm very worried about the people you brought back. Therefore, no matter what happens later, as long as you don't have my permission, don't act rashly. At the same time, don't tell them. Chapter 387. But, Master, what about the junior brothers and sisters? Lin Wanyu agreed with her master's words. But if she didn't tell them all, then she was a little. Yes, you can't tell them either. After all, for this step, I was hit by someone. I can't let that hit me for nothing. Remember what I said. After hearing her master's voice transmission, Lin Wanyu squatted beside Lin Rei again and quieted down. Everyone was puzzled because many people were acting strangely today. They knew Lin Rei's temper, but now it had changed. Lin Wanyu's temper was even more fiery than Lin Rei's, but now they really didn't understand what was going on that made them act like this. Disciples of the Xuanzong sect, listen up. Now the Xuanzong sect is going to change. Now the Xuanzong sect is the territory of the Kunlun immortal clan. I'll give you two choices. Brother 1, join the Kunlun immortal clan, and your lives will be saved. At this point, the people of Kunlun said with a smile. But in the next moment, their expressions changed and a murderous aura burst out and rushed to the sky. Second, those who resist will be killed without mercy. You can choose between the two choices. But you have to think carefully. It's not easy to cultivate until now. If you give up your lives, it'll be a pity. As soon as he said this, everyone was stunned. However, at this moment, when no one was paying attention, Linley's lips curved upwards, revealing a hint of a smile. Kid, you didn't let me down. Add more fuel to the fire. This is what I want to see. Hurry up, hurry up. At this moment, lying in Lin Wanyu's arms, he couldn't wait. He really wanted the Kunlun immortal clan to take away all the traitors. That way, he wouldn't have to pretend anymore. But things often went against his wishes. It didn't go as smoothly as he thought. Kunlun brat, you can take my Xuanzong sect as you please. Do you really think my Xuanzong sect is made of mud? This sentence broke the current situation. Immediately, everyone was stunned. Even Lin Rei wanted to cry but had no tears. He wanted to rush up and beat him up. F***CKU, why are you poking your nose into other people's business? I really don't know if you're bored or doing this on purpose. However, even though he said that, he still felt that this voice sounded familiar. It was as if he had heard it somewhere before, but he just couldn't remember where. Moreover, at this moment, Lin Wanyu and the others had surrounded him. He couldn't see outside clearly. At this moment, as soon as he finished speaking, a woman in red clothes with a fairy-like appearance appeared. Her skin was so tender that it felt like water could be squeezed out of it. Her eyes were unfocused, causing people to have wild fantasies at first glance. If Lin Rei saw this face, he would definitely recognize it. Wasn't this Red Lotus who had separated from him on planet Aqua Blue? Wasn't this Red Lotus who had been seriously injured in order to save him? Wasn't this the first warlord to be summoned from the warlord system back then? However, at this moment, Red Lotus had a strong inner breath. She was dressed in red and her face was as cold as ice. People would only want to look at her once and not a second time. For the record, it wasn't that Red Lotus didn't look good, but because of her cold temperament and face, people didn't dare to look directly at her. Who are you? This is a matter between my Kunlun and the Xuanzong sect. Don't tell me you want to get involved? At this moment, the people of Kunlun were furious. It could have ended immediately, but now they had to stop for a while. With me here today, you can't touch the Xuanzong sect unless you kill me. Boom! Red Lotus, who had just finished speaking, released a huge amount of energy from her body. Instantly, some of the people around who had their cultivation shrunk were sent flying. Those who remained were the top of the younger generation in the celestial world. F***CK, this is not a good person. To be able to send them flying, this person's cultivation must be at least at the peak of the celestial master realm. At this moment, the Kunlun disciple wanted to retreat. However, for the sake of his and his sect's reputation, he still endured it. He didn't want to expose his fear and horror in advance. Not only him, but other people also wanted to do the same. However, there were always a few people who didn't. They relied on their own abilities and came here to get the Xuanzong sect. My fellow cultivator, this is a matter of my Kunlun immortal sect. Are you sure? I'm sure. No matter who it is, even if a celestial master comes here personally, it won't work. At this moment, the two of them were in a deadlock. Lin Rei, who was next to them, heard this. For a moment, tears were streaming down his face. He didn't know what to say. Master, do you know this person? Why would he help such a powerful sect in our place? Seeing this, Lin Wanyu didn't know what to say. Then, she asked Lin Rei via voice transmission, hoping to get some clues from him. However, she was completely disappointed by Lin Rei's answer. Humph, you're asking me. How would I know? My original plan is ruined now. Humph, don't let me know who that person is. If I do, I'll definitely beat her ass until it blossoms. Boss. Boss Red Lotus? These sudden words caused Linley to freeze in place. Red Lotus. This was a name that Linley had always remembered in his heart. Back then, he had promised her that he would protect her for the rest of their lives, never to part from her. But because of some things, he hadn't been able to keep his promise. However, at this moment, Dian Wei, who was standing next to him, stared at the direction where the voice came from. For a moment, Lin Rei was dumbfounded. Lin Rei believed that Dian Wei wouldn't mistake Red Lotus. After hearing this, she immediately understood. At the same time, she was very happy. She was happy that Lin Rei had forgiven her. Yes, young master. I understand. Turning around, Red Lotus returned to the battlefield. Looking at the people from the Kunlun Immortal Sect, she said with disdain. Come on, let me see what qualifications you have to snatch the sect founded by my young master. As soon as she finished speaking, Red Lotus slapped out and instantly appeared in front of the people from Kunlun. Humph, destroy. PFFF. You were so arrogant just now, but now you're broken. Red Lotus slap caused him to vomit blood. With a PFFF sound, the crowd didn't understand why Red Lotus was also vomiting blood. Her aura was weak and her face turned pale instantly. It was as if that slap had used up all her strength. What? What's going on? What's going on now? Such a dramatic scene made the crowd suspicious. They all felt that this was a scam. However, they didn't know what this scam was trying to scam. However, no matter how they thought about it, they couldn't figure out what Lin Rei could scam them about. It was also because of this that they felt very puzzled. They couldn't figure out all the doubts in their eyes. Humph, go. Go, kill this woman. The people from Kunlun who were sent flying quickly took care of their own sect's disciples and ordered them to go forward and destroy Red Lotus. Humph, I know. How can you covet the disciples of the Xuanzong sect? Do you really think that your Kunlun Immortal Sect is invincible? Seeing that the people from Kunlun Immortal Sect were about to attack Red Lotus, the tens of thousands of Xuanzong sect disciples were unwilling. Chapter 388. Among the tens of thousands of disciples, those who had come from the lower world had all gone up the mountain. A small number of people had gone forward. As for the tens of thousands of disciples who had not gone forward, they were all hesitating. They were hesitating about whether it was worth it for them to go through all these years. If they lost, their lives would be in danger. They were hesitating. Regarding this, Linley revealed a smile. At such a critical moment, they were still hesitating. Linley felt pain in his heart, but at the same time, he felt gratified to have disciples who didn't fear any expert. Although he had not achieved the result he wanted, it was already good enough. Immediately, Lin Rei did not have to pretend anymore. But, he could. Jian Wudi had not made any mistakes. In the future, he would have to greet them with a smile. Ha ha ha. A hearty laugh came from Lin Rei's mouth. Suddenly, everyone's eyes were fixed on him. At this moment, Lin Rei's voice was like a bell. His pale face had disappeared. He did not look like he had been seriously injured. The contrast was too great. I knew it. There was a trap, a big one. Old fox, you dare to trick us. At this moment, not only the people who had come to watch the ceremony, but also Lin Rei's own people were stunned. They did not know what was going on, but they knew that Lin Rei was full of energy and his aura was extremely strong. He had not been injured at all. Ha, everyone, I'm sorry. I've made a fool of myself. Looking at the Xuanzong sect disciples standing motionless in the distance, Lin Rei's eyes were full of disappointment. Humph, I wanted to give you a chance, but you did not repent. You did not step forward bravely at such a critical moment for the sect. It seems that you are the best in the sect. Destroy them. Boom. Lin Rei's words frightened everyone. What do you mean by exterminate them? There are more than 10,000 people in Ivory City. Do you think you can exterminate them just like that? Lin Rei, who said this, also felt very comfortable. After all, they had been together for such a long time. However, their decision made Lin Rei feel even worse and even more unforgivable. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Suddenly, the sound of something breaking through the air could be heard. A huge force was approaching. The disciples of the top sects were very clear about this kind of pressure. Wasn't this the pressure of an immortal emperor? However, they still felt 9 such oppressive auras. This was a huge blow to them. The great Tao made their brain capacity a little insufficient. Ah! Screams came from the side. Suddenly, more than 10,000 Xuanzong sect disciples, who had been separated, fell from the sky one by one. It was a ghastly sight. In particular, the rain of blood was even more unbelievable. Moreover, they had never seen such a scene before. There were more than 10,000 people here. Some of them had never killed so many people in their lives. At this moment, the space was like an Azura battlefield. It was not easy to get close. Some people even wanted to leave immediately. Of course, the cultivator who had injured Lin Rei was the most shocked. At this moment, his soul had left the 9 heavens. When he thought of his previous actions, he couldn't help but want to slap himself a few times. However, it was too late for regrets now. Kid, you didn't go easy on him. Just as Kuei Yang was thinking about the battle with Lin Rei, a familiar voice sounded in his ear. Just as he was about to turn around, he felt his neck move. Then, he fell from the sky, unconscious. At this moment, Lin Rei disappeared from the spot with a teleport and returned to where he was supposed to be. In just an instant, the cultivator at the early immortal monarch realm was killed. Moreover, no one was alerted. He was killed silently. Everyone from the Kunlun immortal sect who came here felt even more fear. They were very clear on this point in their hearts. However, even if they wanted to go back on their words, Lin Li has already said that it was impossible. Lin Rei remembered all of this in his heart. Lin Rei would make them pay for their actions one by one. At this moment, Jian Wudi and Zhu Tiantong were dumbfounded when they saw the 9 immortal emperors. The thing that they were worried about had turned out to be this. At the same time, they were very regretful. At the same time, they were very glad that they didn't do anything stupid. However, what they didn't know was that even though they weren't blacklisted by Lin Rei, they had completely lost the trust of Lin Rei. Therefore, they were no different from the people of the Kunlun immortal sect. Even if their sons were in the upper echelons of the Xuanzong sect, Lin Rei would still kill them as long as they did something that harmed the Xuanzong sect. At this moment, the screams at the side were gradually decreasing. Even though they were immortal emperors, they still had some reservations when they killed tens of thousands of people. After all, their hearts were made of flesh. It was impossible for them to have a heart of stone. Blurg. 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 This scene made the people who came to watch the ceremony bend over and vomit. Their faces were as pale as paper. Even though they often killed people, who could bear to see so many people die in front of them? Ah. Lin. Sect leader Lin, you're not the leader of a sect. You're so decisive in killing. What's more, I didn't expect you to set up a trap to clean up the traitors in the sect and those who aren't determined enough. You're indeed the leader of a sect. I'm really responsible for this. However, don't you think that these tens of thousands of lives are a little cruel and deviant? At this moment, a young man with a jade-like face and sword-like eyebrows came to Lin Rei's side and spoke to him. When the crowd heard this, they looked at the place where the massacre took place. At this moment, there were no corpses, no blood mist, and nothing else besides the smell of blood that couldn't be dispersed. Sigh. Over 10,000 people were killed just like that. Sect leader Lin is really not simple. It seems that there will be one more place to go in the future. At this moment, although the people who came to watch the ceremony were very angry, they didn't dare to say anything. After all, this was the other party's territory. If it was their own territory, there was no need to say anything. They would directly start a war. Sect leader Lin, look, we have watched the ceremony. Can you let us leave? There are still many things waiting for us to do in the sect. Yes, sect leader Lin. Yes, sect leader Lin has no use here. Why don't you let us leave? Slowly, one by one, they began to resign to Lin Rei. Lin Rei could see that they were afraid. When they looked at him with fear in their eyes, he knew that this move was very effective. However, it was a pity for those traitors. Lin Rei didn't regret. He didn't regret doing all this. This was because quality was more important than quantity. This was what Lin Rei wanted. Since everyone has this intention, then I don't need to force anything. However, the Karakoram Immortal Clan and the sects that provoke the Xuanzong sect before have to stay. The rest of the people who have nothing to do with it can leave. I won't interfere. What do you think? Chapter 389. What? No way, absolutely not, that's right. How can you do this? At this moment, the people who heard Lin Rei's words instantly became unwilling. Why? Thank you, sect leader Lin. Since sect leader Lin has said so, we'll take our leave first. Among them, no one had insulted Linli, the profound sect, or anyone else. In fact, they hadn't even spoken a single word. When they all stepped forward, it was clear that they were all from top-tier sects, empires, and great clans. Simply put, the others were unwilling. They knew very well in their hearts that Linli's previous methods were clear to them. Therefore, they were terrified. They were afraid. They couldn't stay, because as long as they stayed, they wouldn't be able to escape death. At the same time, they were very regretful. They regretted their previous insults. It was too late now. Everything was too late. Good. You are all people from the top sects, empires, or families. Sure enough, you are all very powerful. Since you didn't insult me, I won't dare to say anything more. As he spoke, he took out a token and threw it to an immortal emperor next to him. He said, "Go open the door for them and let them out. Remember, if anything happens on the way, don't hold back. Kill them directly. Understand?" Lin Rei was still worried about the disciples of the top sections. After all, people's hearts could never be seen through. Who knew if they had other ideas? Yes, I'll do it right away. The immortal emperor who received the order took the token and then led the people who could leave towards the entrance. No, we have to leave too. Yes, we have to leave too. Looking at the people who could leave, the people who had already broken down in their hearts couldn't bear it anymore. They directly led the people and rushed out. However, they could succeed. Obviously, they couldn't. The moment they rushed out, they were directly surrounded by the remaining 8 immortal emperors. Humph, do you really think my Xuanzong sect is a pushover? You think you can come and insult us as you please? What do you think my place is? Ah. Angry. Lin Rei was really angry. Previously, when they insulted and wanted to carve up the Xuanzong sect, Lin Rei was already angry. However, he didn't clean up the sect at that time, so he restrained himself. However, now that everything was over, Lin Rei didn't need to endure anymore. His bestial nature was completely unrestrained. I won't kill you. The fact that you were able to come here means that most of you are the treasures of your sections. Therefore, write a letter to your respective sects and ask them to bring the corresponding items, such as heavenly materials and earthly treasures, immortal artifacts, medicinal pills, some of your precious cultivation methods and dharma spells, or some other crystals that can be used to refine immortal artifacts. In any case, I won't refuse anything that can redeem your lives. However, you have to remember that I will set the price for your lives. If the things that you send over don't satisfy me, you know the consequences. The moment Lin Rei finished speaking, everyone quieted down. They were no longer as manic as before, nor did they have the urge to rush out with all their might. At this moment, they began to consider Lin Rei's request. However, they felt helpless about Lin Rei's request. At the same time, they had a new view of Lin Rei in their hearts. In the beginning, he was a weakling who pretended to be a pig to eat a tiger. Later, he became a demon who killed without batting an eyelid. Now, he had become a person who only cared about profits. They were very confused about Lin Rei's various changes. Which one was Lin Rei's most genuine character? How about it? Do you agree? If you agree, I believe that you all have something to send messages to your sections. However, you have to be quick. I'm not sure about my temper. If I go back on my words, TSK, then your lives will be. I've thought it through. I'm willing to use my sect's black water in exchange for my life. Hiss. Everyone was stunned. Black water was a very precious thing. It was very useful in refining fairy weapons. Moreover, every drop of it was very precious. As a heaven-grade equipment refiner, Lin Rei certainly knew how precious black water was. Therefore, Lin Rei was very satisfied with this person's answer. Good. Hurry up and send the message. I hope they'll hurry up. I'm also willing. I'll use my sect's heaven crystal in exchange for my life. Hiss. This was a rare treasure. This was an excellent item that was comparable to an immortal artifact. Linley wouldn't refuse a treasure like this. Good. Is there anyone else? My time is very precious. If there's no one else, then No, I'm willing. I'm willing. I'm also willing. Me too, me too. In an instant, one after another, 2, 3, 4 people reported their treasures in exchange for their lives. There were treasures for refining weapons, cultivation methods, fairy weapons, and alchemy. There were all kinds of treasures. How could Lin Rei not have time for this? There were not many people in the sect. Now, many of them had died. Therefore, he had to get something that could improve the sect's collective strength as soon as possible. Only in this way could he protect the sect and the people. Good. Dark Group, stay here and watch them. I'll leave 2 immortal emperors here. If they do anything untoward, don't ask for my permission. Just kill them without mercy. Lin Rei could not stay here. Then, he passed the power of life and death to the Black Shadow. After leaving 2 immortal emperors here, Lin Rei left with the crowd. Thank you for your trust, sect leader. I'll definitely complete the task given by you. Farewell, sect leader. After the sect leader and the others left, the Black Shadow and his men surrounded them. The 2 immortal emperors sat down cross-legged and started to cultivate subconsciously. In this way, they could clearly sense the things in the outside world. At the same time, it would not be easy for them to go mad. At this moment, in the main hall, Lin Rei sat on the main seat and looked at the crowd. Lin Rei said indifferently, "Everyone, you know the situation of the sect. I'm not familiar with how outstanding they are. But at the very least, I don't want to see what happened today a second time." Tens of thousands of people hesitated when the sect was in danger. Some of them did not even intend to take action. The sect can't keep such people. At this point, there was silence. No one refuted because Lin Rei was right. They had nothing to say. Alas, that's enough. You guys are always like this. Now that so many people have died, you guys should take a look and see whose department is short of people. When I go out, I'll bring back some disciples with good spiritual roots. Hearing Lin Rei's words, the crowd was stunned. What did he mean? Was he going out again? Chapter 390. Everyone wondered why Lin Rei was doing this, but they didn't dare to ask. They could only speculate in their hearts. Master, you're not going out again, are you? As soon as these words were spoken, many people turned to look at Lin Wanyu. They were cautious and full of admiration. Lin Wanyu was stunned by their strange expressions. She didn't know why they were doing this. That's right. I'm going out this time to fulfill my wish for the Cullen clan and help them return to the elven race. Thud. As soon as Linley finished speaking, Cullen, who had been waiting below, knelt down on the ground, a look of gratitude on his face as he spoke to Linley. Thank you, Master. Thank you. These 4 words were enough to summarize 1,000 words. There was no need for the master and disciple to say anything else. Get up. This is what I promised. Curran rose to his feet, respectfully standing to one side. His eyes were filled with gratitude, and for a moment, Linley didn't know what to say. But Sect Master, the sect has just officially entered the sect and you're not here. What should we do? The higher-ups couldn't bear it any longer and hurriedly spoke up to stop him. Regarding this, Linley understood their intentions. However, the sect belonged to everyone, and he couldn't possibly watch over it forever. Thus, no matter what they said, Linley was definitely going to make this trip. All right. You don't have to say any more. Now that the sect is showing off its abilities, the surrounding sects are all on guard against us. They might even do something even worse. From now on, all disciples of the sect must not mention the name of the sect. Otherwise, we'll kill them without mercy. Yes, we'll follow Sect Master's orders. They agreed with this order. After all, they had just offended most of the sects in the immortal realm. So they agreed with Lin Rei's warning. Alright, you can all leave. Honglian stays. Hurry and find out how many people you're missing. After we go out, I'll bring some back for you. Yes, we'll follow Sect Master's orders. We'll take our leave now. As he spoke, everyone, aside from Red Lotus, whom Linley had named, walked out, closing the door to the main hall behind them. Bam! The door was shut tight. At this moment, only the 2 of them were left in the main hall. Silence. There was only silence in the main hall. It was as though no one wanted to break the silence. After a long time, Lin Rei couldn't help but speak first. Why are you in the immortal realm? And why are you with that group of people? Honglian knelt on the ground and answered Lin Rei's question with a face full of regret. Back then, I was at the peak of the immortal realm. Well, when I left, I was already at the peak of the Mahayana realm. But soon, I broke through to the earthly immortal realm and ascended to the immortal realm. However, when I arrived at the immortal realm, I had nowhere to go, so I could only find a place to practice. I joined a local sect. Maybe because I was reborn, my practice speed was very fast. Just like that, 100 years later, I became what I am now. At that time, I heard that there was a sect called the Xian sect. At that time, I concluded that young master had also come to the immortal realm. Then, I heard the news and I was reborn. After that, Lin Rei didn't know what to say, so he didn't say anything. Lin Rei had already said that they didn't owe each other anything. Okay, since you have a place to stay in the immortal realm, then leave. Previously, when we were in Tianxian, we already said that we don't owe each other anything. So, from now on, let's treat it as if we don't know each other. After saying that, Lin Rei seemed to have used up all his strength. His body didn't have any strength to sit on the throne. Although his eyes were firm, it was obvious that his eyes were red and tears were welling up in his eyes. Young master, I. Honglian wanted to make a final struggle after hearing Lin Rei's words. However, she knew that once Lin Rei made a decision, there was no changing it. She knelt on the ground for a long time. Finally, her eyes were lifeless. She stood up weakly and walked out. Looking at Red Lotus back, Linley's heart was filled with pain. Towards this, Linley didn't say anything. After watching Honglian disappear, Lin Rei stood up and returned to his room at the back of the main hall. He lay down on the bed and fell asleep. Bastards, Xuanzong sect, you're really ruthless. You actually made me use my sect's most precious treasure to exchange for my son's life. At this time, not far from Tianxiong, in a palace on a high mountain, a man was furious after seeing his son's call for help. He was trembling all over, but there was nothing he could do. In the end, he could only be angry. Humph, just you wait. My things aren't that easy to take. A ruthless light flashed in his eyes. His face was ferocious, terrifying and chilling. This scene didn't just happen here. It happened everywhere in the immortal realm. After receiving the call for help, they all had the same reaction. However, in the end, they all brought their sect's treasures to the Xuanzong sect in exchange for their son or disciple. More than a month had passed since the Xuanzong sect celebration. During this time, Tianxiong didn't return to its usual calm. Instead, it became livelier than before. For more than a month, people came to the Xuanzong sect one after another. Before entering, there was only one person. After coming out, there would be 2 or more people. Moreover, everyone's face was full of anger. They looked as if they couldn't wait to destroy the Xuanzong sect. As the saying goes, one family is happy while the other is sad. At this moment, in the main hall of the Xuanzong sect, Lin Rei was sitting on the main seat with a smile on his face. He seemed to be very happy. Not bad. I didn't expect that this time, not only did we make a show of strength, but we also made a small gain. Hearing this, Lin Wanyu and the others, who were sitting on the lower seats, twitched their mouths and their eyelids twitched. This is not a small gain. This is a big gain, okay? This was what everyone thought. However, could they say this out loud? Of course not. Well, they have all taken their people. Then I have nothing else to do. This time, I will leave Tianxiong sect and go to various places in the immortal realm to find the fairy tribe. The affairs of the sect will be left to Jinling. You have to help her. At this moment, Lin Rei said what was on his mind. For a moment, everyone was stunned. However, Lin Rei's decision was right. Yes, we will follow the orders of the sect leader. Oh, by the way, this time, I will take 2 celestial emperors with me. As for the others, let them guard the sect. They are not allowed to appear unless there is a crisis. Seeing that no one was willing to reply, Lin Li didn't say anything else. Since the matter had already been resolved, and he had already given his orders, Lin Li chose 2 immortal emperors, then swaggered off. Only the higher-ups of the Xuanzong sect in the main hall were still in a daze. Chapter 391. Lin Rei's departure did not affect the image of the Xuanzong sect much. Jian Feng and Zhu Chenxi were busy with their own duties, while the others were busy with their own affairs. As for Jian Wudi and Zhu Tiantong, after knowing that Lin Rei had left, they stayed for a few days and then left separately. However, Jian Lian insisted on staying, so Jian Feng had no choice but to report it to Jin Ling. Jin Ling certainly agreed to such a thing. Therefore, Jian Lian lived in Lin Rei's space legitimately. Jing Xiao and Wan Yunduo did not. They stayed in Tianqiong Xuanzong sect. It seemed that they had no intention of leaving. Regarding this, no one could do anything about it. After all, they could not drive them away. Therefore, in the end, Jing Xiao and Wan Yunduo stayed in Xuanzong sect. As for Jin Ling, after knowing that her husband had left alone, she was angry for a long time. However, although she was angry, she did not neglect the task given to her by Lin Rei. Everything was back to normal. All the disciples had learned their lesson from this incident. All the disciples had to go to the mission hall to accept tasks every day and then receive cultivation resources for a period of time. Everyone was the same. Whether they were personal disciples or others, the treatment was the same. There was no special treatment. If they did not work, they would not get anything. This was the rule set by Lin Rei. Therefore, all of them had to abide by it. In the immortal realm, the news of the Xuanzong sect spread for a while. Then, it faded out of people's sight. However, in the eyes of all the sects in the immortal realm, the Xuanzong sect was a place that they could not go to. Because they had seen the Xuanzong sect killing people and the strength of the Xuanzong sect with their own eyes. However, the higher-ups of all the sects were very attentive at this time. At the same time, they were also very afraid. At the edge of the central region. At this time, Lin Rei, who had left the sect, had arrived at the central region. I didn't expect the immortal spiritual qi to be so dense when we just entered the central region. However, it's a good thing that our sect is in the sky dome. Otherwise, would really want to move our sect here. At this moment, the 2 immortal emperors who followed Lin Rei out nodded after hearing Lin Rei's words and didn't do anything else. Regarding this, Lin Rei felt very helpless. At the same time, there was nothing he could do. Who asked him to make the wrong choice? He had chosen 2 taciturn people. After a month, Lin Rei kept on inquiring about where the elves lived. Finally, at a tavern called Heavenly Origin, he found out that the elves lived in the westernmost part of the central region, the Elven Forest. The Fairy Forest was a forbidden area in the west of the central region. Apart from those who knew the Fairy clan and their own clansmen, anyone who entered would die. No one was an exception. The entire celestial realm was helpless about this. At the beginning, there were some restaurants and places to stay. However, later on, not to mention restaurants, there was nothing left. It was a miserable life. Finally, after a month, Lin Rei set foot in the central region. Let's go and see if there's a city or something in front. I haven't eaten meat and drank wine for a long time. My mouth is about to explode. At this moment, Lin Rei looked at the lush forest around him. For a moment, he pulled himself together and walked forward quickly for the sake of drinking wine and eating meat. At the same time, he kept complaining about the boredom of the journey. Behind him, the two immortal emperors who followed him felt very helpless when they heard the words of their own sect. Whoosh! 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 3 sounds broke through the air. Lin Rei and the two immortal emperors instantly disappeared on the spot. There was no need to doubt Lin Rei's speed. After flying for a while, a medium-sized city appeared in front of Lin Rei's eyes. For a moment, his face lit up with joy. Ha ha ha, I knew it. No matter what, the central region was still a vast land with abundant resources. How could there be no cities? In an instant, after seeing the city, Lin Rei's wine worm in his stomach could no longer hold back. Let's go, let's enter the city. After deciding to enter the city, he found a deserted place and landed on the ground. Then, he brought his followers to the city gate tower. When he looked up at the signboard above his head, the 3 words Dawn Moon City entered his eyes. Huh, Dawn Moon City, this name is simply amazing. Then, he led them into the city. Along the way, there were no obstructions. Regarding this, Lin Rei was very gratified. At least, it was not like the previous few cities. They had to wait for him to show his strength before they were willing to let him pass. Lin Rei thought that there were not many people in this borderland. However, Lin Rei was wrong. The moment he entered the city, Lin Rei was stunned. There were not many people in this place. In fact, there were many people. There were so many that Lin Li almost couldn't believe his eyes. However, although there were people, everyone's faces were filled with pain and helplessness. There were even women who were sitting on the roadside, tears streaming down their faces. Lin Rei was even more confused by this scene. Every place in the immortal realm had its own customs. Therefore, Lin Rei divided this scene into different customs and did not pay much attention to it. Instead, he walked forward and looked for a restaurant. This was the only reason he came here. Whoosh! 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 This is... Suddenly, a gust of cold wind blew. Lin Rei felt a trace of strangeness. At the same time, it made Lin Rei feel a strong interest in this place. Huh, it seems that you're not bad. You can actually feel what that thing is. You're really worthy of being trained by my little dragon. Not bad, not bad. Just when Lin Rei was still not sure, the little dragon's voice came. Suddenly, Lin Rei realized his previous imagination. Suddenly, his eyes widened. He looked as if he could not believe it, could not believe it. How is this possible? This is the immortal realm. How can there be devil chi? Moreover, there seems to be something strange here. At this moment, Lin Rei knew that his doubts could only be explained by the system's little dragon. Therefore, Lin Rei did not argue and asked directly. However, even if Lin Rei asked, the little dragon might not necessarily submit. Sure enough, the little dragon's answer made Lin Rei want to beat someone up. I can't tell you the whole story. I can only say that this is devil chi. You guessed it right. But other than that, you'll have to investigate the rest by yourself. The moment it finished speaking, the little dragon's voice disappeared. Lin Rei stood there in a daze, thinking. His eyebrows were tightly knitted, and he did not look very good. In response, the two celestial emperors behind him hurried forward and asked in a concerned tone, "Young master, what's troubling you? Can you tell us? We might be able to help you." Hearing the two's words, Lin Li woke up from his own world and said with a worried expression, "Just now, I felt a trace of demonic energy." What, devil chi? Chapter 392. Yes, that's right. It's the demonic chi. I can still distinguish it. So, we have to stay here for a few more days. Maybe we can meet something interesting. Listening to their master's words, the two immortal emperors' faces showed a dignified expression, as if something bad was going to happen. Suddenly, Lin Rei also became nervous. At first, he was not nervous, but the atmosphere became more and more tense. Lin Rei did not know what to do. Hey, I say, enough. Isn't it just the demonic chi? What's the big deal? Look at you all making a fuss about nothing. At this time, Lin Rei did not understand. Wasn't it just the demonic chi in the immortal realm? What's the big deal? He also had the demonic chi. He did not feel that there was anything wrong. Alas, young master, I'm afraid you still don't know the whole story. Let's find a place and sit down. We will tell you the ins and outs of this matter slowly. As he spoke, Lin Li began to walk forward. Naturally, the other two followed behind him. Soon, Lin Rei came to his family's restaurant, the Dawn Moon Restaurant. The restaurant was quite big, but there was no one. Moreover, there was a group of people who looked like thugs at the door. Looking at the people at the door, Lin Rei did not care. He lifted his foot and wanted to go inside. However, when he reached the door, he was stopped by a group of thugs behind the door. Hey, are you all blind? Our young master is eating inside. You all want to go in? Do you want to be killed? Huh? The words of the thugs stabbed Lin Rei's heart. They touched the reverse scale that he had always wanted to protect. Therefore, for the group of people in front of him, they were already on Lin Rei's death list. Oh, who is your young master? I don't know him, and I don't want to know him. Hurry up and get out of my way, otherwise. At this point, a vicious glint flashed in his eyes. All the thugs guarding the door trembled and immediately went over. Plop, 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 they all fell to the ground. Suddenly, this scene attracted the attention of the surrounding people. Child, hurry up and leave. The person inside is the young master of the Bai family, one of the three great families in Xiaoya City. He's not someone to be trifled with. You're still young. Hurry up and leave. Perhaps you'll still have a chance. At this moment, a guard came forward and tried to dissuade Lin Rei. However, what puzzled Lin Rei was that no matter how domineering the people inside were, it wasn't to the extent that everyone would be afraid of them. Sensing that something was wrong, Lin Rei couldn't help but ask the old man in front of him curiously, "Excuse me, why are you so afraid of the people inside? Even the three great clans wouldn't be so afraid." Run. As soon as he finished speaking, the surrounding people acted as if Lin Rei's words were a curse. She hurriedly ran over while screaming. Seeing this, Lin Rei felt helpless. It didn't seem like a big deal. Wasn't it just a question? Sigh. Young master, you may not know this, but this place is called Xiaoya City. It belongs to the Yale Kingdom. However, our place is too remote after all, so they don't care much about it. Just like that, the three great clans became the overlords of Xiaoya City. They're a nightmare to the people of Xiaoya City, and it's the kind of nightmare that we can never wake up from. At this point, the old man's body began to tremble violently. The fear in his eyes seemed to be innate and had already integrated into the old man's bones. It was as if he couldn't pull it out. Alright, let's talk about the next few years in detail. I'd like to hear what kind of strong people there are in this small Xiaoya city. At this moment, Lin Rei, full of interest, led his subordinates and the old man into the restaurant. At this moment, there was no one in the restaurant. Apart from the waiter at the bar, there was no one else in sight. Boss, give it to us. Bring out the best food you have here, and the best wine, bring it out for me. This sentence stunned the waiter. He didn't expect that there would still be people coming in to eat at this time, and among them was an old acquaintance, the old stubborn from the eastern city. For a moment, the waiter was so angry that he hurriedly walked out and said to the old man who came in with Lin Rei, "Old stubborn, do you want to die? Don't you know who's been here these years? Hurry up and leave. Your family is waiting for you to feed them." Although he was angry, his tone was full of concern. In this regard, Lin Rei's previous image of the waiter improved. I. The old stubborn wanted to say something, but before he could say anything, he was stopped by Lin Rei and ordered. "All right, you don't have to worry about it. Find me a place by the window. It doesn't need to be big, just enough to sit the three of us. Bring out the best wine and dishes, don't worry too much." With that, he threw a top-grade spiritual stone to the waiter and asked him to prepare it. Alas! Well, but don't blame me for not counting you. Today, the other one is not in a good mood. You have to be careful. The waiter didn't say anything more and went to the back to ask the chef to cook. At this time, Lin Rei happened to have the opportunity to ask the old man about the distance. "Alas, young master, you may not know that although we seem to be in a city, we're actually close to each other. We're the efforts of being locked up. If the master is unhappy, we'll be miserable. Do you see the group of guards at the city gate? Well, I see. What's wrong?" Listening to the old man's words, Lin Rei didn't know why he was talking about himself. Why did he mention the guards at the gate? To put it nicely, they are guards. In other words, they are here to prevent us from escaping. At this moment, Lin Rei finally understood what he meant. He didn't expect the three families to be so crazy. Alas! The three big clans have been here for thousands of years. Our city has always been under the control of the three big clans. They kill, burn, rape, and plunder. There's nothing they won't do. However, if they see a beautiful girl in the city, they will kidnap her or threaten her family to send her to them. Otherwise, their whole family will die. At this time, after hearing the old man's words, Lin Rei was extremely angry. Not only Lin Rei, but also the two celestial emperors. They had never seen such a thing. It was simply too crazy. It was hard to believe that such a thing could happen in this world. Alas! It's been thousands of years. We've given up. Moreover, I heard that the Bai family is a branch of the Bai family in the central region. Therefore, I hope that all the people who come here will leave after hearing the news. No one dares to ask about this matter. Finally, the old man finished talking about the things in his heart. His whole body relaxed a lot. It was a good thing to speak out the words that had been in his heart for many years. Otherwise, sooner or later, he would be suffocated. Okay, don't worry. Everything will be fine. At this moment, Lin Rei could only comfort the old man. As for the three families, they had been blacklisted in Lin Rei's heart. It was only a matter of time before they were exterminated. Dong dong. Dong dong. Suddenly, there was a sound of stairs. At this moment, after hearing the sound, the old man trembled violently. His face was full of fear. At this time, after a middle-aged man came down the stairs, his body was swaying. It was obvious that he was drunk. "You bunch of ants, eating at the same table as this young master in a restaurant really disgusts this young master to death. Hurry up and get out of this young master's sight. Otherwise, your whole family will die. The men will die, and the women, will be XXX. Hearing that person's words, Lin Rei's lips curled up slightly. A trace of an evil smile appeared on his face, and his killing intent leaked out uncontrollably. "Those who touch my reverse scale will die." "Yes, I understand, young master." As soon as Lin Rei finished speaking, an immortal emperor next to him understood tacitly. He stood up and walked towards the young master of the so-called family. Bam, crack. Ah. The sound of bones breaking came from the middle-aged man's arm, accompanied by a scream. Suddenly, the middle-aged man sobered up. "Ah. You. Who are you? Don't you know that I'm the eldest son of the Bai family in Xiaoya City? You." Bam. Crack. Another sound of bones breaking. The middle-aged man who claimed to be the young master of the Bai family immediately shut his mouth. Bam, crack. Plop. The middle-aged man knelt down in front of Lin Rei. At this moment, the middle-aged man couldn't help but threaten him. "Humph, news. I'm the son of Bai Xiaoxiong, the head of the Bai family. Moreover, our Bai family is a branch of the Bai family in the central region. Aren't you afraid that the Bai family—" Bam, crack. Bam's legs were broken by the immortal emperors brought by Lin Rei. At this moment, Bam knew that he had met a tough opponent today. Hee, news. Hee, if you let me go, we'll call it even. I won't report you, as long as you let me go. At this moment, Bam, who was forced to kneel on the ground, began to admit defeat. However, this was simply a joke to Lin Rei. Coming. Suddenly, a voice broke the high imitation. The young man who had entered the back of the bar came back with a plate of fragrant meat in his hand. However, the moment he saw Bai Yinzi, the plate fell to the ground with a clang. The meat on the plate fell to the ground. Immediately, the young man was so frightened that he knelt on the ground and begged for mercy. Young master, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. It's all. Well, it's okay. You can go and get more. Lin Rei felt helpless about the young man's actions. It seemed that the young man was used to being curious. Therefore, Lin Rei didn't say anything more and let him leave. Yes, thank you. Thank you, young master. Chapter 393. After the waiter left, Lin Rei turned his attention to Bai Yin, who was kneeling on the ground. Lin Rei wanted to slap him to death. However, Lin Rei did not do so because he had a better idea. Lin Rei had a better idea. Stubborn old man, don't you hate him? Today, I'll make the decision for you. You can vent your anger however you want. You can even kill him. The old man was moved by Lin Rei's words. However, when he thought that the person in front of him would leave sooner or later, he did not move. Instead, he sat on the ground obediently. The fear in his eyes was self-evident. Looking at the old man who hadn't made a move yet, Lin Li pondered for a moment, then quickly understood what was going on. Wang Kuei, go and capture everyone in this so-called Bai family. Remember, all of them. Don't hurt them. Bring them all to the restaurant. Yes, young master. Hearing Lin Li's order, Wang Kuei hurriedly stood up and responded with a face full of excitement. When his companion had taught Silver a lesson, he had already lost control. Now that he had received the order, how could he not be excited? He was more than happy to make this trip to deal with such a lowly creature. As soon as he finished speaking, Wang Kuei disappeared from everyone's sight. Everyone who saw this scene was stunned. Especially when he heard Lin Rei say that he wanted to capture everyone in the Bai family and bring them to the restaurant. The old man thought that he had heard wrongly. The moment Wang Kuei disappeared, he thought that maybe it was true. However, the old man didn't have much hope. However, Bai Yin, who was kneeling on the ground, didn't think the same way. When he saw Wang Kuei disappear, he felt that something was wrong. A bad feeling rushed to his head. At this moment, Wang Kuei arrived in the sky above a big house in the center of Xiaoye city. He released his divine sense and immediately, all the people and things in the Bai family appeared in his mind. This included the place hundreds of miles underground. He did not even let go of a corner. At this moment, there were more than 100 people in the Bai family. The most powerful cultivator was a golden immortal of the great all-embracing heaven. Wang Kuei's lips curled into a disdainful smile. Sigh, to be able to dominate a city with this level of cultivation, I'm really drunk. Without wasting any time, his body disappeared in the air and instantly rushed into the Bai clan. With immortal Emperor Wang Kuei's strength, it was simply too easy to annihilate them. In less than a minute, the 100+ people were all suspended in the air by his immortal qi. Senior, may I, 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 have offended you? At this moment, a middle-aged man wrapped in immortal qi asked Wang Kuei with a puzzled expression. In the end, it ended helplessly, but the speaker didn't give up. Senior, I'm Bai Xiaoxiong from the Bai family, a branch of the Bai family in the central region. Could you please? Humph. You're too talkative. If you dare to say another word, I'll kill all of you right here and now. Everyone in the Bai clan, including the head of the Bai clan, immediately shut their mouths. They didn't even dare to breathe loudly, for fear that they would provoke this person and be killed. In less than 3 minutes, Wang Kuei led the Bai clan into the restaurant. Fortunately, the restaurant was big enough. Otherwise, it might be able to accommodate them. Reporting to young master, 121 members of the Bai clan, including the 122 members, are all here, except for the bastards. Well, well done. After hearing Wang Kuei's report, Lin Rui nodded. However, the other immortal emperor beside him, Wang Wen, didn't look happy. Humph. If it were me, it wouldn't take so long to complete it. You. Looking at the two people bickering, Lin Rui was dumbfounded. This was obviously very interesting, but why didn't they even say a word on the way here? Lin Rui felt helpless about this. Alright, stop messing around. After saying this to them, Lin Rui turned to the Bai clan. Looking at the old and young, including children and women, he looked at them expressionlessly. Stubborn old man, if you want to vent your anger, just vent it. Vent it however you want. There's no need to think too much. They won't retaliate. Boom. Lin Rui released the pressure of an early-stage immortal lord instantly. Over 100 members of the Bai clan were crushed by the pressure released by Lin Rui and fell to the ground. How? How did this happen? When did so many powerful beings appear in the waning moon city? How? Looking at Lin Rui and the others, Bai Xiaoxiong didn't know if he should call it unfortunate or unlucky. In short, he knew that his family couldn't escape this calamity. They should know that they had to hand over their men to the city. Otherwise, the consequences would be unimaginable. Thank you. Thank you, young master. Looking at this scene, Bai Xiaoxiong believed it completely. He smiled brightly and tears flowed out of his eyes. This wasn't fear, but excitement. He was too excited. He had imagined this scene countless times in his mind, and today, it finally came true. It's nothing. I'm very grateful to you for speaking up for justice before. Lin Rui had a good impression of the old man, so he did these things. However, he couldn't bear to see a group of practitioners bullying some ordinary people. Therefore, there was no need for the old man to thank him at all. After thanking him, the old man stood up and came to Bai Xiaoxiong, whose limbs were broken. The hatred on his face made him look ferocious. Like a wild beast, he bit Bai Xiaoxiong. Ah! A scream came out of Bai Xiaoxiong's mouth. At this time, a piece of flesh was bitten off from Bai Xiaoxiong's shoulder. His mouth was full of blood, which was terrifying. Even Lin Rei, who killed people without blinking, felt a cold wind blowing on his back. Ah! My son! My son! At this time, Bai Xiaoxiong, who was lying behind, saw that his son was hurt like this. For a moment, he began to struggle. However, for a golden immortal of the great all-embracing heaven, how could he break free from Lin Rei, who was an immortal lord? Slap, slap, slap. Suddenly, there was a series of slapping sounds. At this moment, the old man began to go crazy. He held Bai Xiaoxiong's face and slapped him again and again. As he slapped, he said with conviction, "Devil, you are all devils. Why did you come to my Xiaoya city? Why did you treat my people as beasts? Why did you give my daughter to you, you devil, you bastard?" The old man's words were not particularly loud. However, as a cultivator, how could Linli not hear them? Seeing the look on the old man's face, Linli did nothing to stop him. Even if the members of the Bai family were to be cut into 1,000 pieces, they would not be able to endure even 1/10,000th of the pain. As for Bai Xiaoxiong, he struggled on the ground as if he had gone crazy. However, in the end, it was still useless. He could only waste his strength. Young master, can I also?" At this time, a weak and almost inaudible voice came into his ears. After hearing it, Lin Rei turned around and saw that it was the young man at the bar. Seeing the look on his face, Linli immediately knew what he was thinking. "Go." "Yes, thank you, young master." In an instant, the young man at the bar rushed up and began to madly retaliate. Lin Rei had no sympathy for this situation. Go and tie up all the people of the other two families. Seal their cultivation and throw them in a wide place. All the people of Xiaoya city who have been wronged will go there to vent their hatred. It's up to them whether they want to kill or scrape. At this time, looking at the young man and the young man, Lin Rei knew that the other two families were not so good. Therefore, Lin Rei made up his mind to help Xiaoya city. "Yes, young master, we obey." Whoosh, whoosh. After receiving the order, the two left Lin Rei's side and went to do the task given by Lin Rei. Xiaoya city would always remember this day in the future. It was the day when Xiaoya city broke away from the past. Today was the turning point for Xiaoya city. As for the person who had done them the greatest kindness, it was Linli, who had helped them. In their hearts, aside from Linli, they didn't recognize anyone else. Linli was quite certain of Wang Kuei and Wang Wen's ability to get things done. Thus, not long afterwards, all of the people of Dawn Moon City gathered in an empty area in the eastern part of the city. They began to recollect the humiliation they had suffered for 1,000 years, as well as 1,000 years of hatred. However, in Xiaoya restaurant, Bai Yin had been tortured to death by the old man. More than half of Kai's family had died. As for the rest, they had all fainted without seeing this scene. Plop. At this moment, the old man and the young man came before Lin Rei and knelt on the ground, kowtowing to Lin Rei with gratitude. "Thank you, young noble, for giving us this opportunity. No matter what happens in the future, we won't regret it." Hearing their words, Lin Rei smiled. They didn't know about Lin Rei's previous order to Wang Kuei and Wang Wen. Don't worry, your waning moon city is safe from now on. No one will bully you anymore. The people of the other two clans have already been tortured to death by the entire city in the open space of the eastern city. These words caused the old man and the young man to sit on the ground with tears in their eyes. What shocked Lin Rei even more was that they were tears of blood. Ruan, father has avenged you, don't worry. After hearing the old man's words, everyone became silent and didn't say anything. Time quickly passed and the old man recovered from his sorrow. At this moment, his spirit was much better. His previous decadence was swept away as if he was a different person. As the saying goes, people are in high spirits during happy events. It was probably because the martial arts clans were destroyed and they were all freed. Okay, your viciousness has been resolved, so there is no point in keeping these people alive. Just as he finished speaking, a huge flaming tiger appeared and swallowed everyone on the ground, regardless of whether they were alive or dead. Chapter 394. Plop. At this moment, the flaming tiger suddenly appeared and threw the stubborn old man and the young man to the ground. Their faces were full of shock and fear, and their legs were trembling. Cold sweat overflowed from their foreheads and flowed down freely, drenching their clothes. His entire body was plastered to the two of them. Seeing this, Linley couldn't help but feel panic for them. Hee, okay, don't be afraid. It's my mount. It won't hurt you. Looking at the red flaming tiger that he had not summoned for a long time, its cultivation had already reached the golden immortal realm. He had to admit that it was very hard-working. Humph, master, you haven't looked for me for a long time. I thought you had forgotten about me. At this time, after eating the people of the Bai family, the flaming tiger turned around and complained to Lin Rei. Its eyes were full of pity. Suddenly, Lin Rei felt guilty. At this moment, the flaming tiger's body wasn't very big. It was about the size of the restaurant, which was just right. Seeing this, Linley hurriedly made it smaller, so small that it wouldn't affect others. Oh, no, how could I forget about you? I was so busy recently that I forgot about you. Okay, come quickly. You just ate so much, be careful of malnutrition. Whoosh. Hearing Lin Rei's call, the flaming tiger came directly to Lin Rei's side. Then, it crawled under Lin Rei's feet and wanted to lick Lin Rei's ankle. Don't, I just ate so many people. The innermost part is full of flesh. If you lick me like this, I'll have to change my clothes. Knowing little tiger's habit, Lin Rei quickly stopped it. He did not want to change his clothes for no reason. Humph, I know. After saying this, it lay on the ground, speechless. At this time, the stubborn old man and the young man stood up from the ground. They were very respectful, and their faces were full of awe. Hee, that's enough. Just take it that I'm still the person you wanted to remind. Also, hurry up and serve the dishes. No one will disturb us now. Looking at Old Stubborn and Old Stubborn, Linley said something to the two of them. Old Stubborn obediently sat down, while the young man at the bar, upon hearing Linley's words, walked in with an awkward look on his face. At the same time, he muttered in his heart, this ground is covered in blood, and he killed so many people before. How can he eat this? He didn't feel it when he was killing people, but now that he thought about it, his stomach began to churn, and the urge to vomit grew stronger and stronger. In the end, he couldn't help but vomit at the back of the restaurant. Lin Rei was very clear about the actions of the bartender. Seeing this situation, Lin Rei just smiled and didn't say anything. Young master, thank you for helping our waning Moon City deal with the 3 great clans. We will forever remember this kindness in our hearts. We will also tell our future generations to remember young master's saving grace. Listening to Old Stubborn's thanks, Lin Rei was already tired of hearing it. He quickly stopped him and said, alas. I already said no need, and you're still like this. If you continue like this, I will leave immediately. Saving you was just a coincidence. Besides, this kind of thing, any cultivator would do it. So, no need to thank me. At this point, Old Stubborn didn't say any more words of thanks. He already treated Lin Rei's orders as his own life. Right, I don't understand. Born in the immortal world, even if they are not particularly powerful, they should have cultivation. Why is it that in this waning moon city, only the 3 great clans have cultivators, and the others? After entering Waning Moon City, Lin Rei found that basically all the people here were ordinary people. They didn't have any cultivation, and they didn't even have a trace of spiritual root. However, only the 3 great clans had cultivators, which made Lin Rei very puzzled. Lin Rei still had a good understanding of the immortal world. In the immortal world, even if an ordinary person was born with spiritual root, Lin Rei's understanding of this place was very different. Of course, although Lin Rei knew that there were ordinary people in the immortal world, and there were quite a few of them, to say that this city was full of ordinary people, and only the 3 great clans were cultivators, Lin Rei found it hard to believe. At the same time, it also didn't make sense. Alas! Old Stubborn, who was sitting next to him, was also very puzzled after hearing Lin Rei's question. However, he still told him the problem here. Young master, there's something you don't know. Old Stubborn's face was full of sadness as he said, all of us here are ordinary people, and the 3 great clans were all established when they moved in from the outside world. The natives of Waning Moon City, who were born and raised here, don't have any spiritual root at birth. They don't have it at birth? Lin Rei asked doubtfully towards Old Stubborn's words. It was reasonable to say that ordinary people would have a trace of spiritual root at birth, not to mention spiritual root, which should be formed in the mother's womb. However, Old Stubborn was very different from Lin Rei's understanding. Looking at Lin Rei's doubtful face, Old Stubborn knew that he didn't believe it, so he explained, it's true. I don't know why, but we've been like this for thousands of years. I heard from the old ancestors that many strong people had appeared here before, but thousands of years ago, it became like this. Our spiritual root were all stripped away, as if we were cursed. Regarding this, all the people of Waning Moon City are very helpless. Moreover, we've also asked a few experts to take a look, but they didn't know the reason either. Listening to Old Stubborn's explanation, in addition to Old Stubborn's serious face, Lin Rei knew that this matter should be true. However, Lin Rei still couldn't understand. There were tens of thousands of people in the city, how could there not be a single person with spiritual root? Even if they didn't have spiritual root, having spiritual root was also fine, but there wasn't a single one here. As the saying goes, there must be a demon when things are abnormal. Inside, there must be something fishy that Lin Rei didn't know, but Lin Rei still didn't know. AI, alright. At this point, Lin Rei didn't have any more questions to ask. It had been like this for thousands of years. Perhaps it was really like what Old Stubborn said, it was possible that there was some kind of curse here. If that really was the case, then Linley really wouldn't be able to help even if he wanted to. If it was just a minor illness, Linley might be able to cure it. But Linley had never heard of a curse before. We greet Sect Master. Your task has been completed. At this moment, there are no cultivators left in Waning Moon City except for us. The 3 clans have all been destroyed. Suddenly, a quiet voice appeared, startling Old Stubborn, who was sitting on his seat and causing him to fall down from his seat. The big movement made Lin Rei want to laugh, but he was too embarrassed to do so. Alright, you guys also sit down, I understand. While Lin Rei and Old Stubborn were talking, the young man at the bar had already served the dishes one after another. There were dishes and wine. Looking at the dishes on the table, Lin Rei couldn't help but eat. At this moment, Lin Rei didn't have the image of a master from before. Even Wang Kuei and Wang Wen were the same. They didn't have the demeanor and elegance of an immortal emperor. The way they ate was extremely ugly. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for completing the hidden task of destroying the 3 clans in Waning Moon City. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for obtaining the Heaven-Raising Palm, a mid-grade zone realm palm technique. This palm technique has a total of 3 moves. The first move is the Heaven-Raising Palm, the second move is the Earth-Shaking Palm, and the third move is the God-Destroying Palm. Each move is 3 times as powerful as the previous one. If the level is high enough, it can even destroy the God-Destroying Palm. The sudden happiness made Lin Rei a little unprepared. Lin Rei didn't know that his unintentional action could actually complete the hidden task, and the task reward was a zone realm palm technique. If he learned it, then. Thinking of this, Lin Rei began to fantasize. The large piece of meat and wine in his hand stopped in the air. This action made everyone else stunned. At this time, Lin Rei was like a fool. He stared blankly in front of him and smiled foolishly. For a moment, no one could figure out what was going on. How could he suddenly become like this? There was no advance warning. Damn, what's going on? How did the young master become like this? After seeing Lin Rei's appearance, Wang Kuei panicked and didn't know what to do. Wang Wen was the same as Wang Kuei. Except for panic, he didn't dare to do anything else. They just kept looking at Lin Rei. At this moment, they were not in the mood to eat. Everyone was very worried, including the flaming tiger lying on the ground. However, they didn't know that Lin Rei was in a very good mood at this time. Ding dong, discovered the Heaven-Raising Palm, a mid-grade zone realm palm technique. I don't know if the host wants to learn the first move, Heaven-Raising Palm. Oh, this is too fast. I can learn the first move just like this. At this time, listening to the system's voice, Lin Rei still couldn't believe it. If it was in the past, without a month of reference, Lin Rei wouldn't be able to figure out the way. Now, the system had been upgraded and it was so convenient. Learn it, hurry up. For such a fierce martial technique, Lin Rei couldn't wait. Lin Rei couldn't wait to get a few more of such martial techniques. Hee, this kid, do you think that a zone realm palm technique is a cabbage on the roadside? A few more? You really dare to say that? The little dragon's voice didn't make Lin Rei feel strange. Therefore, the moment the little dragon appeared, Lin Rei didn't feel any discomfort. This was because Lin Rei knew that there were only 3 reasons why the little dragon came out. First, it came out to bicker with him. Second, he was in trouble. Third, it was something he couldn't solve. Of course, the second and third reasons were similar. There was no need to delve into it. Looking at the little dragon's current state, Lin Rei couldn't see why the little dragon came out this time. Ding dong, learning Sky-Raising Palm. Host, please wait. Listening to the system's words, Lin Rei ignored it. After all, it was just an emotionless electronic synthesized voice. However, it wasn't the same for the little dragon. Say it, you didn't come out just to bicker with me, did you? As soon as he said this, a smile appeared on the little dragon's face. However, after the smile, it immediately became serious. It was as if the little dragon's personality had changed. Lin Rei also put away his smile and listened seriously to what the little dragon was going to say next. Weren't you very puzzled as to why the original residents of Xiaoya City didn't have any spiritual roots and spirituality? You know? Listening to the little dragon's words, Lin Rei immediately became interested. The little dragon's words were very confident. He even forgot about the Sky-Raising Palm that he was learning. He looked at the little dragon curiously, waiting for his explanation. Oh, actually it's nothing. Didn't you feel a trace of devil chi here before? The more the little dragon spoke, the more puzzled Lin Rei became. What did the people here have to do with devil chi? This was a little too far off. Hee, don't doubt it, kid. This place has been eroded by the devil chi for thousands of years. The reason why no one here has spirituality and spiritual roots is because their ancestors have been eroded by the devil chi for generations. Let me ask you, if that's the case, will their children still have spiritual roots and spirituality? At this moment, the little dragon's words were like an atomic bomb in Lin Rei's mind. This amount of information was a little too much for him to accept. It was too much. Little dragon, are you sure that everyone in Xiaoya City has devil chi? Chapter 395. Lin Rei believed the little dragon's words very much, but this matter was too much. This was the immortal realm. A city of people was corroded by the devil chi, but they were still able to survive in the immortal realm. This Lin Rei did not know what to do. Yes, I'm sure. Moreover, they are no longer considered people of the immortal realm. Their ancestors were corroded by the devil chi and then gave birth to them. It can be said that they already belong to the devil clan. And the reason why they can survive in the immortal realm is because they have both the immortal and devil physiques. This is also why they don't have spiritual roots. The little dragon's explanation was very clear. Lin Rei also understood it very well. However, regarding this matter, no one in Xiaoya City was aware of it. This really made Lin Rei speechless. Then tell me, why can't others see it? Logically speaking, there are people of the devil clan in the immortal realm. Others should be able to sense it. Why can they survive here for thousands of years? Linley was even more confused about this. According to what stubborn old man had said before, he had invited some powerful beings to help them take a look. However, why didn't they dislike this place being corroded by the demonic chi, and instead allowed them to continue living here? Listening to Lin Rei's question, Lin Rei impatiently explained. I don't know about this. I'm only responsible for answering you. You don't need to know the rest. As for what happens next, it's up to you. After speaking, the little dragon did not speak again, leaving Lin Rei alone to make a decision. He did not know what to do. At this moment, the people outside saw Lin Rei like this and could not help but call out, "Young master, young master." Lin Rei, who was in deep thought, was awakened by Wang Kuei's voice. After waking up, he realized the previous situation and immediately felt embarrassed. It's nothing. You guys continue to eat, continue to eat. After hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei no longer had the mood to eat. When he thought about how the people in the city were all demons, Lin Rei didn't know how to explain it to the stubborn old man. Of course, this kind of information naturally couldn't be spread out. If anyone in the outside world knew about it, they would definitely send people to annihilate them. This was what Lin Rei didn't want to see. Thinking back to the demonic aura he had sensed when he had entered the city, Linley decided that he wanted to find out what exactly this place was for demonic aura to leak out. Logically speaking, the entrance to the demonic realm should be at the border of the Star River. Moreover, it was sealed by a boundary and guarded by powerful cultivators. It should not have been leaked. So why was there demonic chi here? Regarding this, Lin Rei was puzzled. In any case, after entering Dawn Moon City, Lin Rei felt that everything was wrong, but he just couldn't figure out what was wrong. After making up his mind, Lin Rei returned to his senses and continued to eat. The meal was quickly finished. Immediately, he asked the waiter to open 3 rooms for Lin Rei and the others to stay in. At this time, Lin Rei was ready and only waited for the sky to turn dark. At this moment, the people of Dawn Moon City were crazy with joy. After bullying and humiliating them for so long, now that they were free, anyone would hold a banquet for a few months. At this time, they took out all the previous things from house to house, burned them, and replaced them with new things. Everything ended here and had nothing to do with the past. The stubborn old man was also among them. After finishing his meal with Lin Rei, he left and went home. At this time, Dawn Moon City was very lively. Lin Rei, who was sitting in the room of Dawn Moon Restaurant, sat cross-legged and began to close his eyes to rest, waiting for the arrival of night. Then, he looked around to see if there was any place near Dawn Moon City that could leak demonic chi. Soon, the day passed and night fell. But it was strange. Lin Rei had seen all the previous actions in Dawn Moon City. But now, not to mention lively, there was not even a single person in the streets and alleys. It was empty. It was like an empty city. The silence made people a little scared and panicked. Hiss, what's going on? Why is it like this? Maybe it's because of the demonic chi's activity at night. Don't you feel that the demonic chi in your body is beginning to stir? At this moment, the little dragon's voice suddenly came. Lin Rei hurriedly looked inside. Sure enough, the demonic chi of the demonic / began to stir, as if something was summoning it. F***ck, what should I do? Although Lin Rei was not afraid of all kinds of spiritual chi, he was still a little scared. Looking at Lin Rei's appearance, the little dragon laughed. Its face was full of ridicule for Lin Rei. Suddenly, Lin Rei was unhappy. Okay, it's just a little scared. What's the big deal? While speaking, Lin Rei, who was originally full of righteousness, softened at the end. There's no need. As long as you release the demonic chi of the demonic / and feel better, where does this demonic chi come from? Then, you can follow it and find out. Remember, the two celestial artifacts that are following you can't follow you. They themselves are practicing celestial arts. The demonic chi is corrosive spiritual chi. So, you know. At this point, he believed that even if he did not say it, Lin Rei would know. Okay, I know. After speaking, Lin Rei teleported and arrived on the street. This time, the little dragon did not disappear. Instead, it kept following Lin Rei. Feel with your heart. At the same time, you have to judge according to the direction of the demonic chi in your body. With the little dragon's reminder and Lin Rei's careful study, Lin Rei's divine sense soon sensed that the demonic chi came from the open land in the East City. Not bad, it's fast. Since you found it, let's hurry over. After the little dragon finished speaking, Lin Rei teleported toward the East City. After a while, Lin Rei appeared in the sky above the open land. At this time, Lin Rei saw a very spectacular scene. At this time, a large amount of demonic chi was seeping out from the open land under his feet. The amount was so large that Lin Rei could not believe it. What's going on? Why is there a large amount of demonic chi here? According to what you said, this demonic chi appeared 1,000 years ago. Why is there so much here? Of course, only the little dragon could answer this question full of doubts. However, the little dragon did not give the answer Lin Rei wanted this time. I've explained everything to you. What are you doing? You're asking for my time again. It's better to go down and see what's going on. Anyway, you already have the strength of an immortal master. Ordinary practitioners can't hurt you. Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was furious. He originally thought that the little dragon would help him to the end, but he did not expect it to give up here. Suddenly, Lin Rei was both happy and angry with the little dragon. Okay. If you don't say it, don't tell me I don't know. He was angry, but most of it was because Lin Rei wanted to do so. Otherwise, he would not have come back to this place. With a swoosh, Lin Rei, who had finished speaking, plunged into the ground. The demonic qi was released and wrapped around Lin Rei. Then, Lin Rei slowly found that the demonic qi was thicker and purer as he went down. Lin Rei was even more curious about this. Lin Rei, if this time is not fake, there should be a devil's den underground. It is a devil's den left behind from ancient times. Moreover, it is a devil's den that has been sealed. However, with the passage of time, the seal became weaker and weaker. 1,000 years ago, a small hole was broken in the seal. That's why it became what it is today. After the little dragon, who had followed him, felt this aura, his face was full of ecstasy. However, Lin Rei was very puzzled. Lin Rei was very unfamiliar with the Devil's Devil's Den? What is a Devil's Den? Moreover, it is sealed. What seal? A lot of questions were asked. The little dragon did not know which one to answer. However, after thinking about it, he answered according to his own words. Devil's Den is something that exists in both the immortal world and the devil world. Although it is called a Devil's Den, it is actually a place where there are many devil race and beast race. Generally, after the appearance of a devil's den, as long as a disciple enters the trial, it can be said that it is really rapid. At this point, the little dragon's whole body trembled with excitement. His eyes emitted green light as he looked at Lin Rei. The corner of his mouth revealed an evil smile. Suddenly, Lin Rei felt a cold wind blowing on his back. He had a bad premonition. TSK, how should I put it? Lin Rei, why is your luck so good? Why is it that wherever you go, you will find secret realms, devil's den, all kinds of heaven and earth treasures? At this moment, the little dragon looked at Lin Rei with a strange expression. However, what he said was not wrong. How long has it been since he came to the immortal world? At first, it was the secret realm of the ancient capital. Then, it was the Sky Dome. Randomly coming to the most desolate border area, he could come across such a good place for trial. It was hard not to be suspicious. Looking at the little dragon's various expressions, for a moment, Lin Rei felt very uncomfortable. He said to the little dragon in an indifferent tone. Well, let's not talk about other things. We haven't entered it yet. Who knows if it is empty or not? It is too early to say these things. We will know when we really enter it. After saying that, Lin Rei sped up and rushed down. The devil qi became purer and purer. Not long after, a space appeared in front of Lin Rei. The demonic aura was leaking out from the space he was in. Seeing the dense demonic aura rush out, Lin Rei didn't change it. At this moment, in front of him, there was an entrance. Traces of demonic aura were leaking out from that entrance. Damn, it is really a devil's den. However, it doesn't look like the level is very good. There are a lot of good things inside. Do you want to go in and take a look? At this moment, Xiaolong's words caused Lin Rei to be somewhat tempted. Lin Rei didn't care if he was a devil or an immortal, as long as he could use something that could increase his cultivation, that was enough. Besides, he had the devouring heaven spell. Why would he be afraid? Lin Rei, who was full of hesitation, hesitated for a while. Then, he agreed with a determined look in his eyes. Go in, why not? It is too slow to improve my cultivation now. Maybe I can find a way to break through to the middle stage. If that is the case, it will not be a waste of time to come here. I knew you would go in. Looking at the little dragon's smile and eyes full of confidence, the two suddenly laughed. Good, then go in. For the devil's den, which already had an entrance, Lin Rei did not need the little dragon's help at all. Mighty Sky Palm, the first move, Mighty Sky Palm. Suddenly, he used the first move of the mighty sky palm that he had just learned. Suddenly, a shocking palm print appeared, and the pressure was strong. It directly hit the entrance of the Devil's Denver. Bang! Rip! Lin Rei did not need to know that the Grandmaster realm was worthy of being called a Grandmaster realm. This palm was not even comparable to the Emperor realm's best cultivation method. Chapter 396. Linley's heavens-raising palm had opened up an entrance that was large enough for him to enter. Boom! Once the opening appeared, the devil chi originally appeared from the palm-sized opening. But now, the opening was as tall as a person. It could be imagined that the devil chi was not the same as before. Damn, what should I do, little dragon? Looking at the devil chi squeezing out of the pupa, Lin Rei was dumbfounded for a moment. He did not expect it to be like this. Huh. At this time, the little dragon was at the side, gloating at everything that happened. The smile on his face was unavoidable. Seeing the little dragon's appearance, Lin Rei really wanted to rush up and give him a punch. However, in order to stop the devil chi from leaking out, Lin Rei could only submit to the little dragon. As the saying goes, those who take advantage of others have soft lips. Since he was asking for help, he had to lower his stance. However, Lin Rei seemed to have forgotten at this moment that he himself was an emperor-level array master. Any array he set up could stop it. Perhaps he was disappointed, or perhaps he did not think of it in his panic. Okay, but it's still the old rules. Hearing Xiaolong's words, Linley's face darkened and he rolled his eyes. Then, he nodded in agreement. Okay. In fact, the old rules for the little dragon were exchange points and reputation points. There was nothing else. Seal. Lin Rei did not see how the little dragon learned at all. Suddenly, a golden light was emitted from the little dragon's hand and directly imprinted on the previously broken boundary. The result was obvious. As soon as the seal took effect, all the devil chi was immediately stopped. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei was relieved. However, what Lin Rei didn't know was that when he broke the seal and the demonic chi rushed out, Wang Kuei and Wang Wan, who were in the Waning Moon restaurant, felt the shocking demonic chi. They rushed out of the room and arrived at the source of the demonic chi. It wasn't just Wang Kuei and his companion, but also cultivators who weren't willing to leave Dawn Moon City. They quickly rushed over when they sensed the demonic chi. However, when they arrived and were about to investigate, the demonic chi dissipated as if it had never appeared. F***CK, what's going on? Are you playing with us? At this moment, the two middle-aged men who had arrived from afar spoke in a displeased manner. However, Wang Kuei and Wang Chang, who had arrived before them, prepared to leave when they saw that the demonic chi had dissipated. Hey, wait! A discordant voice, one that Wang Kuei did not want to hear, rang out. Wang Kuei and the other man immediately stopped. His tone was full of arrogance as he said to Wang Kuei and the other man, "Hey, you two, tell us about the situation here." Hearing their words, Wang Kuei and the other man turned around. One of them looked extremely wretched, while the other had sharp teeth that made people uncomfortable. Wang Kuei immediately lost the urge to talk to them. Without saying a word, Wang Kuei turned around and flew toward the Waning Moon restaurant with Wang Wan. However, there were really people who dared to stop them. "Hey, boy, we're disciples of the Bai family in the central region. If you want to live, stop right where you are and don't move, or else." "Oh, or else what?" At this moment, Wang Kuei seemed to have heard something very interesting. Hearing their words, Wang Kuei couldn't help but recall that the Bai family in Dawn Moon City had said the same thing today. Then, Wang Kuei and the other man continued to fly forward with disdain. When the people behind them saw that Wang Kuei and the other man didn't listen to their orders and weren't afraid even after mentioning the Bai family, they immediately thought that the other party was just pretending. So, they chased after them and attacked them. Humph, you refuse a toast only to drink a forfeit. I'm a direct descendant of the Bai family. How dare you treat us like this? Go to hell. With that, the self-proclaimed direct descendant of the Bai family raised his sword and stabbed at Wang Kuei. As the saying goes, if you can fight, try not to force. As Confucius said, if you learn, you can practice. If you take a brick, use all your strength, until you're dead. Since the other party attacked, there was no need for Wang Kuei to stay in office. Originally, he wanted to let them go, but now, with Lin Rei's order, Wang Kuei couldn't bear it anymore. With a whoosh, Wang Kuei disappeared from where he was. When he reappeared, he was behind the two men, each of his hands grabbing one of their necks. He said to them with a murderous look on his face. People say don't be cheap, but you keep coming here to be cheap. I killed a branch of your Bai family before, but I didn't expect you people to be so shameless. You're forcing a duck to a perch and courting death. No. The sudden change caught the two of them off guard, but they already had a chance. When they realized that the situation was not right, they were about to beg for mercy. Gotcha! Wang Kuei exerted force with both hands, and broke the necks of the two men. Then, he threw them to the ground. Let's go. At this time, Wang Wen, who didn't make a move, said to Wang Kuei when he saw that the two of them were dead. Then, he disappeared from where he was. Looking at Wang Wen's action, Wang Kuei smiled and didn't say anything. Then, he teleported and followed. *CK, what have I been doing for the past few years? Why is it so disgusting? At this time, in the demon's den, Lin Rei looked at the rotten things around him and couldn't help but retch. Originally, Lin Rei thought that he wouldn't be able to escape after the little dragon sealed the entrance of the cave. However, after hearing the little dragon's words, he closed his eyes and rushed forward into the demon's den. However, no one expected that the entrance of the demon's den would be a cliff. As expected, Lin Rei fell down directly. Fortunately, Lin Rei's body was strong and the cliff wasn't very high. Therefore, Lin Rei wasn't injured. However, what disgusted Lin Rei was that he fell into a pile of rotten corpses. A viscous liquid was squeezed between Linley's palms. Instantly, Linley was so disgusted that he rolled his eyes in disgust. If it weren't for the little dragon's call, he probably wouldn't have woken up. Lin Rei, I didn't expect you to faint from disgust. I'm really convinced, Being ridiculed by the little dragon was unavoidable. Therefore, Lin Rei could only endure it. However, when he thought of how he fell into a pile of rotten corpses, Lin Rei's stomach churned. Fortunately, he didn't eat anything at night. However, Lin Rei was puzzled. This place had been sealed for many years. Why were there still rotten corpses here? Moreover, judging from their appearance and body shape, they were still human. This was what puzzled Lin Rei. This is nothing. There's devil chi and some other spiritual chi here. Therefore, those who die here won't turn into bones. Instead, they'll turn into zombies or something else. At this time, knowing that Lin Rei was puzzled, the little dragon quickly jumped out and explained to Lin Rei in a tone full of pride. Humph. Looking at the little dragon, Lin Rei snorted coldly and walked into the depths. Along the way, Lin Rei saw a lot of novel things. However, Lin Rei didn't see any of the devil clan species or zombies that the little dragon mentioned. Other than the strong smell of rot, there was nothing else. However, the little dragon, who was following at the side, also felt very strange. Slowly, as Lin Rei and the little dragon walked deeper and deeper, the little dragon's face became more and more embarrassed. Hiss, is this really a devil's den without anything? But that shouldn't be the case. If it's empty, why is there still a seal at the entrance of the devil's den? At this time, the little dragon muttered in his heart. Perhaps sometimes, he doubted his own decision. However, soon, the little dragon believed that there was definitely something in these few years. It was just that Lin Rei hadn't discovered it yet. After making up his mind, the little dragon took the lead and walked in front of Lin Rei, leading Lin Rei all the way to the front. However, the deeper they went, the more disappointed Lin Li became. Along the way, it wasn't as dangerous as Xiaolong had described. There wasn't even a single demonic beast or anything else. There wasn't even a single living thing. Slowly, Lin Rei lost confidence in this place. However, seeing the little dragon still persistently walking deeper, for some reason, seeing the little dragon's appearance, Lin Rei also walked down. Awoo! Suddenly, after walking very deep again, finally, a roar-like sound entered the ears of Lin Rei and the little dragon. In an instant, the little dragon's face showed excitement and joy. In his heart, he confirmed his previous deduction. Hee, sure enough, there's something. Listening to the beast's roar getting closer and closer, Lin Rei's heart was very depressed. For a moment, Lin Rei really wanted to see that thing immediately and use it to vent his anger. Awoo! Awoo! The sound was getting closer and closer. Suddenly, a zombie that he had only seen on TV appeared in front of Lin Rei. Looking at it, Lin Rei was a little dazed. Although he believed in cultivation, he had never seen something like this since he started cultivating. However, the zombie at this time was different from what he imagined. It was not as realistic as it was on TV. On the contrary, it was a little handsome. Damn, Lin Rei, what are you thinking? This is a ferocious zombie. You should be careful. Although it can't hurt you, you must remember that this thing is evil beyond the 6 Dao. You should be careful when dealing with it. Although he knew that this thing could not hurt Lin Rei, he still had to remind him. Okay. Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei felt warm in his heart. He immediately nodded and agreed. In an instant, the martial Emperor Divine Spear appeared in his hand. Swish! A ray of light flashed on the martial Emperor Divine Spear. Looking at the long spear in his hand that had been upgraded to the divine level, he could not help but feel a little excited. Come on, fight with me. Whoosh! Hearing Lin Rei's words, the martial Emperor Divine Spear trembled violently, as if it was responding to his willingness. Well, today, let's fight to our heart's content. With a whoosh, Lin Rei, holding the martial Emperor Divine Spear, disappeared in an instant. When he reappeared, he was already behind the ferocious zombie. Go to hell. Poof! Without any warning, the spear directly pierced through the ferocious zombie's head. Suddenly, an unbearable stench flowed out from the martial Emperor Divine Spear. Lin Rei had never smelled such a stench in his life. Even the rotten corpse's stench was not as bad as this. Awoo! Awoo! The ferocious zombie that was thought to be dead was not. In an instant, the ferocious zombie howled twice and escaped from the control of Lin Rei's martial Emperor Divine Spear. It then fled into the depths. Seeing this, Lin Rei was dumbfounded. He did not expect that the thing that was hurt by the divine weapon was still alive and had a hole in its head. Looking at Lin Rei's incredulous expression, the little dragon could not help but comfort him. I told you that it was a ferocious zombie, a species beyond the 6 Dao. You are still so careless. Unless you burn it to ashes, otherwise, TSK. Chapter 397. F***ck, why didn't you say so earlier? Why did you have to make me look bad before making sarcastic remarks here? I really want to shoot you too. At this time, listening to the little dragon's belated speech, Lin Rei really did not know whether to laugh or cry. If he had said this before killing the zombie, it was estimated that the zombie would have been dead by now. Now, he had lost a lot of face. As the saying goes, a fall into the pit, a gain in your wit. This was the only time he made a mistake. If he encountered such a thing in the future, he would know. Yes, it's my fault. Knowing that Lin Rei was angry because of the previous incident, the little dragon quickly moved his thin body closer to Lin Rei's side and said with an "I know I was wrong" expression. Actually, I wanted to tell you before, but before I finished, you had already attacked. This is too much, I have to blame you for not listening to my words. However, a great man does not bear grudges against a petty person. I won't argue with you. You. Hearing how Xiaolong was unable to defend himself, but was still able to confidently state that he was right, Linley was completely speechless at this moment. Okay, you're really good, I won't talk to you anymore. He did not want to see the little dragon's shameless face again, so he reorganized his mood and quickly chased into the depths of the cave, in order to wash away his shame and destroy the zombie that had slipped away from his hands. At the same time, he also did not want the little dragon to be by his side, reminding him of this matter and mocking him at the same time. Oh, this heart, it's really... Looking at the angry Lin Rei rushing into the depths of the devil's den, the little dragon, who was still outside, showed a happy smile on his face. Humph, there will be better things waiting for you in 1,000 years, I hope you can live happily. At this point, the happy smile on his face suddenly turned into a sinister smile. If Lin Rei was here and saw the little dragon's expression, he would definitely be more careful and vigilant. He wouldn't be like now, directly rushing in without a care for the consequences. Xiao, in an instant, seeing Lin Rei's departing figure, the little dragon hurriedly chased after him to prevent Lin Rei from encountering any mishaps. In the core hall of a sect in the center of the central region, a middle-aged man wearing a gorgeous brocade robe and a flat imperial crown was glaring angrily at He Zi, who was kneeling before him. Humph, it's been so many years, but you can't even find a single person. Tell me, what else can you people from the Dark Shadow Division do? Did I raise you to be a freeloader? His words were as cold as ice, chilling to the bone. After the black-clothed man kneeling below heard these words, his entire body began to tremble violently. The muscles on his face also twitched irregularly, as if he was twitching. His eyes were filled with terror, fear, worry, and gloominess. His voice was trembling as he spoke, making it difficult for others to hear him clearly. Sect. Sect Master, it's your subordinate's fault. Humph, fault? You want me to let you go just because of a fault? That's too easy for you. Why don't you go to the Dragon Cave and experience it? As soon as these words were spoken, the man kneeling on the ground instantly rolled his eyes and fainted on the ground. Even though he was unconscious, his body was still twitching non-stop. Useless things. If I knew you guys were so useless, I might as well have just killed you. Looking at the unconscious man under the blanket, the middle-aged man wearing the flat imperial crown calmed down a little. Alright, wake up. As he spoke, the middle-aged man waved his hand, and a stream of immortal chi left his hand and entered the unconscious man's body. Ah! With a groan, the unconscious man slowly opened his eyes. Then, he seemed to have thought of something, and his eyes suddenly froze. Immediately, he collapsed on the ground again. At this moment, he was even more terrified. I was wrong. Sect Master, please forgive me. Looking at the black-clothed man, the middle-aged man sighed and said, All right, since you didn't find it, then so be it. However, I can give you another chance. If you mess up again, I will let you have a taste of the Dragon Cave. Do you remember? Yes, I remember. Sect Master, please give the order. I will not return until I complete the task. As soon as these words were spoken, the man's face was filled with determination. He stopped moving and listened seriously. Not bad. Now, I want you to go and discuss with a few other fellow Taoists and see how we should deal with this mysterious sect. Originally, it was enough that the immortal world only had 5 major sections. Now that another one has forcefully squeezed in, let them think about it. If they come to a decision, just let them reply to me. Phew. After hearing the sect master's words, the man heaved a sigh of relief. It was as if this task was simple. Yes, I will do it now. I will not disgrace the reputation of the Qiankuan sect. You may leave. After speaking, the sect master didn't look at the black-clothed man anymore. He turned around and closed his eyes to think. Whoosh! The black-clothed man gave the order and disappeared from the main hall. At this moment, the sect master of the Qiankuan sect, who had his eyes closed, curled his lips into a playful smile. His eyes were filled with disdain. How dare a small Xuanzong sect like you try to break the balance of the immortal realm? What wishful thinking! I will let you know how many eyes this Ma Wangye has. As he spoke, his tone was cold and emotionless. It was as if these people had already given up on love. It was extremely frightening. Let's see how I will let you escape this time. As the saying goes, I give you a chance. Since you don't know how to cherish it, don't blame me. At this moment, not too far away, Linley saw a corpse with a large hole in its head lying on the ground. He didn't know what it was doing, but when he saw this monster, he couldn't help but be enraged. He couldn't rely on anyone. You better be careful. After hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei didn't move. He just stared at him for a long time. Why are you staring at me? Sensing that something was wrong, the little dragon hurriedly asked Lin Rei, who had been staring at him for a long time. His face was filled with questions. I want to see if there is anyone behind you who wants to say something. If something goes wrong and you don't admit it, what should I do then? With a thud sound, as soon as Linley finished speaking, Xiaolong, who had been hovering in midair, fell to the ground. His face was filled with black lines, and he felt utterly helpless. Don't worry. There is nothing else to say. You can go now. After confirming that the little dragon had nothing to say, Lin Rei instantly changed. The martial emperor divine spear in his hand exuded the pressure of a divine weapon. A cold light flashed at the tip of the spear. The martial emperor divine spear trembled as if it was very happy at this moment. You are happy when you kill someone. Alas! I really don't know if this is good or bad. After saying that, Lin Rei had already arrived at the corpse lying on the ground. Die for me. Rumble. Linley stretched out his hand, and a blood-red fireball appeared. Spiritually, it pulsed within Linley's palm, as though it was a living creature with intelligence. Sensing the cold, insidious aura beneath its feet, the mirage bloodfire instantly charged upwards. Puff puff. Awoo. Awoo. Suddenly, the sound of burning followed the corpse's painful cry. At this moment, it seemed to form a movement. If someone came out again and heard this sound, they would definitely be horrified and have their hair stand on end. Slowly, the corpse's body was burned bit by the illusory spirit blood fire until it disappeared. The humiliation in Lin Rei's heart was relieved at this moment. Lin Rei, are you in a better mood now? Seeing Lin Rei's appearance, the little dragon, who had been in the distance, directly opened Lin Rei's divine thought and said to Lin Rei with a treacherous smile. Looking at the little dragon's appearance and the little dragon's tone, Lin Rei suddenly felt that the situation was a little strange. Moreover, the surrounding aura was also strange. Previously, with the strength of the corpse, why did it not rush to kill him when he approached? With so many points, he had to be careful. It's too late. After saying this sentence, the little dragon's figure disappeared. When Lin Rei heard the little dragon's words, his previous thoughts were confirmed. In an instant, Lin Rei became vigilant and looked around vigilantly. His sharp eyes swept over every movement in the surroundings. Huff huff. Huff huff. Huff huff huff. Waves of cold wind blew past his back. The wind was accompanied by a stench that came with the wind. In an instant, the moment he smelled the foul smell, Lin Rei frowned and glanced around. Suddenly, one figure after another appeared in the surroundings. F***ck. I knew it, you're not that kind. As expected, Lin Rei's thoughts came true. Looking at the increasing number of corpses around him, Lin Rei's expression became serious. Although his strength was stronger than the corpses, it was not just 1 or 2 corpses. There were at least 100 of them. No matter how powerful a person was, he would be defeated by a group of corpses. Looking at the group of corpses around him, Lin Rei suppressed the foul smell and forced himself to be tough. As the saying goes, even if you lose, don't lose your dignity. At this moment, even if you can't defeat them, you can't lose your momentum. Young man, enjoy this. After killing them, you'll get a good reward. Ding dong. Mission: kill all the corpses in the Devil's Den. Reward: middle stage immortal lord. F***ck. As soon as the little dragon finished speaking, the system issued a mission to Lin Rei. At this moment, even if he did not want to fight, he had to fight to the end. You're tuning into the Xiaofan's Wuxia Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.